All right, we're live.
What's up?
What's going on, Ben?
How are you?
The threesome's back together.
Been a minute. It's been a minute. Congratulations, Brett.
You updated the room a little bit. It looks like more trophies.
Oh, then none of them are mine.
Thank you,
One
buddy.
second. One sec here. All right, everybody, get to the Fouad Abiad Media channel on YouTube. I got two guests with me here, but I'm not going to reveal who they are. So you got to get to my channel and get on for Bodybuilding and Bollocks Live and catch a guest that I think you are all going to be familiar with and enjoy seeing back on the show.
You should have led with handsome guests.
Oh yeah, that's right. Brett was the good-looking one.
When are you
Um,
heading, Ben?
Sorry.
When are you leaving Vegas?
I had actually we're flying on Sunday because it's Donice's 40th birthday on Sunday. So we're gonna go in, catch a meal, and then she starts the amateur show Monday morning, and then we'll from
Awesome.
there. So yeah. Yeah, how about you?
I'll be there Tuesday. We're gonna drop off the kid real quick and to the grandparents. We leave tomorrow, drop her off, and then we'll be there Tuesday.
I have so
Nice.
many fucking questions, but before I get into them, James, how are you?
Hello. Good. How you doing, boys?
Can you put something on the green screen so that it looks like you're in a
Shit,
you're
can't
in
in here. This app's crap. I know. I'm pissed off of it. I'm really angry.
I thought you could make it so like you were in space or something.
I can on other things, but not on this Zoom bollocks.
All right, so I got to get a new software to get you
Yeah,
get
yeah.
you set up.
Just because I can choose a
Um,
virtual back. Wait. I can choose a virtual background, but it won't be.
it won't be great.
No, it'll be naff.
Um, so we got the winner of the Legion, Brett Wilkin. How are you, man? Long time no see, long time no talk. You are now a father.
I'm now a father. That's probably the biggest thing that's changed. That's for
I
sure.
was gonna say, how have you changed as a person after having a child?
I would say time management is probably the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Figuring out how to, working with your significant other in time management, so especially on a prep, that was something I really learned this last, 8 months of really pushing for the show. And that, that had to take a lot of selfish time. And we know that what goes into preps and everything, but, being with a, competitor, someone that understands the sport, understands what goes into it, as well as being very supportive of our, my journey. It
Yeah.
makes, that makes it a lot easier. We would set it up. I would have, I would do a morning routine every day, hang out a little bit in the mid-morning, then afternoons was training. And then I would always give Ivana, like 3 hours at night. Like, hey, go train. She usually would just go train, go get a massage, go do what you want. Give me 3 hours with Millie. This is
Yeah.
my 3 hours of I get to soak it in, be the father, have this relationship, and then by that time I'm exhausted, so we'll all go to bed. So
Yeah. Yeah.
it worked really good. So it's like, and then being more efficient with, your training and like, in the morning sessions, sometimes you might be doing cardio, you might be checking your phone in between, whatever. It's just, I would just lock in. So it's like, hey, I got an
Right.
hour. Let's, make this hour as most efficient as possible, almost like a real training session was like
Right.
every morning session. And
Yeah.
so it's just really what, make more time that you can soak in those time, leave time for the child, those moments. So I'm not really missing that, because that was my biggest thing with this, is like competing with a child was like, I don't want to completely ignore that, and like, even it doesn't matter if I'm really close to the show or not, like I will not sacrifice that. And that was one thing that I think I did very, very well at. So I'm glad we
Right.
do that. And it's something that we set up, and I'm happy for it.
Okay, so you're talking more superficial. I'm talking deeper. So I don't have kids, so I can't look at this motherfucker. Put Evan in the background. We're trying to have a deep
Sorry.
conversation here,
Sorry. I
dude.
know. I know. This was.
No, I'm just curious. Like, I imagine if I was a father
Yep.
in the midst of my bodybuilding career, my level of effort would mean more, or I don't know if you can push harder than you're already pushing. Like, you've
Yeah.
always been a hard worker, but like, is there more meaning to your training, I guess?
Yeah, no, it's definitely there as well. Like, so like, you got to think like this money, like, this money I'm competing for, these sponsorships now, and everything has a different meaning. This isn't just food on
Right.
my table. This is food for the child, right?
Right. Right. Right.
Paying for the delivery bills that we have now. It's different. You're exactly right. Like,
Yeah.
it's just you coming up in your 20s and stuff. It's like, if I don't, you don't really think about it. If I have a bad show, it's okay. I'll just do another one and stuff. Now it's like
Mm.
it's everything's a little bit more important, right? You know,
Yeah.
when you're feeding somebody else and you're setting up their future. So it's like, again, it just comes down to like it made me more efficient in everything. Like it
Right.
just and it made us, you know, Martin, this, you know, when we're training Martin, we're training for something more than just us anymore. You know,
Right. Right.
this
Right.
is the family oriented too. So there's definitely those feelings. And then overall, you can just the reward was much better too. I feel like I really soaked this one in really well. You know, back at
Right.
previous wins or whatever, maybe going pro or another pro win, it was like, you know, what's next? You know, right now I'm still just trying to soak it in, enjoy
Yeah.
it with Billy, you know, and then I'm not in a rush to like to what's next, right? Even though, you know, I obviously have some time ahead of me, but let's just enjoy these moments because we put so much work together into this.
Right. So when you're done competing, when you have a child, and obviously Ivana has picked up whatever slack that you can't manage while you're in prep, are you going overboard right now to like give her the time she deserves for fucking picking up the slack while you're prepping?
Yeah. Oh yeah. So this week has been Brett has probably changed more diapers in the last 3 days than he did all prep. More diapers in the last 3 days, and also has fed her more than I did all prep. So it's just
Yeah.
I wanted to. I was like, hey, these 3 days, like, let me, you know,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go train for like an hour, just go pumping. But mostly, I'm just gonna, you know, focus on Millie, and we really did that. And now transition, and next week we both go to Vegas, so she'll get another break.
Yeah.
So we set it up right, you know, that like that we can that she gets a big break these next 2 weeks, and then we, you know, we'll be back to it.
Good, good, good. James, what's going on with you, man?
Got home from training literally this second. Just got in
What did you train today?
legs today.
Legs. Did you train hard? Because you don't look like you're like dead after legs.
I'm not gonna lie. This week, no. Honestly, I have kind of scheduled in a week that's a little bit
A
pulled
deload
back.
week.
Yeah, which I don't normally do, but I'm doing it this week.
Somebody sent me a message. It's funny, actually. I'm glad I got you three on here because you guys are perfect for this question. I got a message from a guy who's asking me about deload weeks, and he was trying to say that, like, you know, back in the day, guys didn't do deload weeks, and I was like, my response to him was, I don't think we called them deload weeks, but I do remember knowing when my body felt like it needed to go a little bit lighter one week instead of going balls out like
Yeah.
all the time. So do you guys schedule in these deload weeks? Is it more instinctive? Is it like, are you listening to your bodies? Ben, when you're coaching somebody, do you put them in or do you listen to their feedback? Like, how do you guys all feel about that
Are you
kind
talking
of
about, are you
question?
talking about off season or are you talking about in the prep?
Not in a prep. I'm talking about off season. Prep, there is no deload week. Prep, you're going fucking balls to the wall for
I
the
feel like
whatever.
if you're managing from a coach's standpoint, if you're managing someone's prep, you probably don't come across many times when you need to do deloads because you're keeping an eye on it the whole way through. So you get
Right.
a pattern of where the person's at. We're more likely to put ourselves in a hole than a coach's.
Right.
I
Right.
don't know if you agree with that, Ben, but that's my kind of
Yeah, my experience, I don't know what we did when, like, say for instance, Luke and I, we never deloaded. I tell you,
Yeah.
you're gonna laugh. Well, we'd walk out the gym. We're like, no, not today. See you
Yeah.
later. Let's go home.
Oh, so you were
Right.
like you were like an all or nothing. Like we're either going to stop.
Yeah. I remember being sat there. We sat in Drip's gym one time. We just sat on the table, was bullshitting, like drinking a pre-workout, and we sat there for like an hour longer than we should have done because we were both so busted. That's when Jansen was programming Luke's. He wasn't prepping Luke, but he was doing his trade. We did our training program for that 2018 season.
Yeah.
Fuck, man, that was when him and Dallas were like connecting. So the workouts we got were just chaotic. We were like squatting or pulling off the floor every other workout. I was like three times a week, and we were busted. And we were supposed to train back, and we sat there with like, Listen was like, mate, he's like, I'm so broken. I'm like, let's go home. We went home.
Okay.
Went home, took the rest of the day, and then reset. And then another time, like later on, when Luke connected with Meadows, we used some of John's programs for deloads.
Yeah,
just because they were a little bit more joint friendly.
Because they're always like when the like it's like he's like
he would have a pump. He would have like a pump day. You know what I mean? Like
we'd go.
No. That's not what he's talking about, Brett.
I'm talking about like when it says like squat, like explosively push until and the set is finished when you haven't got that explosive push anymore. So there's no grinder reps. That would be our like deload.
Oh,
workouts.
that was a pump day. You're right, Brett. I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. I thought you were using his pro because people get things a little bit misconstrued. When I started doing John's program, I felt like it was less than I was used to as far as like effort or
Demanding.
intent. Yeah. But it actually made me grow more because I was doing too much. So I thought you meant you were using his programs as like your let's
So it
not kill
felt
our
less. Yeah.
yeah. So
No,
you
we
felt
did. No, that's
yeah.
exactly what we did.
Yeah, but
We'd be
you're
like, okay,
talking, but
let's
no, but he had pump days in his training, so that's what you're
no,
talking
we
about.
took his whole we took his whole workout.
Oh,
Like
the
a
whole
gamut.
thing,
We said
yeah.
no, we just took the whole workout. We'd run it for a whole week because there'd
Yeah.
be nothing to failure. There'd be no
Right.
grinder reps, no grinder sets in there. So we'd run that. Yeah,
That's literally
Right,
what today was for me. It's just one set of each thing, move on, don't go to failure really. Boom.
So is
It's
that
annoying.
is that how you guys like? I like that style for deload, if that's what you want to call it. Is that what you guys do? Like Brett, James, is that what you guys do when you're going all out? Will you just do a day where you're like, you know what, we're still going to go heavy, we're still going to do the volume, but we're just not going to go to failure?
My thing is like, so for this one spin of my training, I will literally just take 2 sets to 1 instead of the 2. And I'll still use the same weight for 1 set, but somewhere in between what my 2 sets would be.
Yeah, okay, I
Because
got you.
normally my first set's really, really heavy and my second set's like moderate.
Yeah.
Now I'll go like 75, somewhere right in the middle of
Somewhere
the
in
2.
the between. Yeah.
Get a decent set, but I won't grind no reps out and I'll just move on. I don't know what
Okay.
Brett does. You probably have something similar, I imagine.
Brett, you seem like you don't have
Maybe he
any,
doesn't rest. He doesn't
any-
ever rest.
No, that's what I was gonna say. I mean, as a coach, like to like people like coach and other
Like,
competitive
yes.
stuff, I will like institute deload weeks. But the only time Martin and I ever do deload weeks is like right now. Like right now, you know, right after a show for like 2, 3, 4 weeks,
Yeah.
just pumping and stuff. But in the off season, obviously prep is just all go. On the off season, if we feel we need a deload or something, we just rest extra. You know what I mean? Like we'll take
Okay.
2 rest days in a row, maybe even 3 if you need to. But
Okay.
I we learned few years ago that we're not good at the whole like let's just go 80% here,
I
you know,
know,
especially when
I
you're
know.
together. I mean, if I train by myself, I'd probably be a little bit easier, but it's like you can't be in there with you with your boy getting after it and be like, hey, we're only going to go 80% today. It just doesn't work, you know.
Brett, do you think that's an age thing though? Because John used to try, like, you know, John's programs. You work with John
Yeah.
for a while, or I'm not. How long did you work with John for?
Well, probably like I mean, I've done pretty much all his programs when I was
Yeah.
coming, you know,
Yeah.
through the 20s and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So John would try to get me to do 6 days a week, and he would say, I want 4 of those days to be all
Yeah.
out days, and I want 2 of those days to be pump days. And I could never do the pump days. I would just end up going too hard.
Yeah.
So John was also like, hey, you know what? Just take the days off because you're not following the pump day.
we had
So-
that same conversation.
Right. But I wonder if it's an age thing because now I do, like, I think after I passed 40, which I mean, some people are slow learners apparently, but I think after I passed 40, I learned to like, okay, I can do kind of what James is saying, where I'm like, okay, I can go in and have a day or 2 if I feel it, where I'm like, I'm going to train hard, but I'm not going to go to ultimate failure. And that almost feels like an active rest day for me. So do you think it's a bodybuilding maturity thing, or do you think it's just the way you're wired? Like, because James seems to have been, James, have you always been like this? Like, were you like this when you were younger? Did you take a day, or is this something that's matured with you as a bodybuilder?
Probably matured. I don't think I was always like this. I used to train too often.
Brett, do you think it's something that you'll fall into one day?
I think we go through phases, definitely. So
Yeah.
I think there'll definitely be a phase, especially in the next 2, 3 years, where I'm going to need to, because as I get older here, my recovery is not going to hold up the way it is with just the poundage and stuff. So I know I'm going to have to change at time, but right now that when I still can, you know, I truly believe that for maximum hypertrophy, you're going to get the most out of going, you know, 100% intensity on these sets, right? I'd rather rest. I'd rather rest today and come back the next day and go 110% intensity, you know, and complete breakdown than rather just do like an 80% that day and then, you know, do a few of those, right?
Okay, I like that you said that though, because I want to just give a second perspective, and maybe Ben, you can touch on this, because I know, like, you know, having people like Brad Schoenfeld on the podcast and talking to John as well, they feel like frequency is also part of hypertrophy. So if you have only 100% days and rest days, is that better, or is 100% day and an 80% day with more frequency better?
100% and rest. 100% and rest. You listen. In the gym is where you're stimulating. You're actually growing when you're resting. And what most people do, especially as they get bigger, they're training too frequently to grow enough. And then it becomes a pursuit of calories, right? Because, okay, you're that big, you're like 280, 90 pounds like these boys are. And you're trying to, I mean, Brett's a fucking like bottomless pit when he's in the off season. I know how much food he has to eat, but it's like if he rests more, now that calorie, he's in a bigger calorie surplus when he versus like training 6 days a week. 6 days a week is just when you're that big. If you're training if you're training hard enough and going through those true intensity sets, you almost can't recover enough if you're training that frequently, and no matter how much you eat and no matter how many drugs you take. And that's where I think a lot of people try to bridge the gap with, they either try force feeding or forcing the drugs high enough that they can recover from it. Whereas if they actually took a step back and actually gave themselves more rest, they would grow better from the sessions they're putting in.
They'd be
I
more
feel like
fresh.
there's only two ways of approach. There's that, what Ben just said there, where you go ham and then you rest, or you're someone that has a moderate expenditure all the way through. In regards to the demand you create in your body is never excessive, so you can always recover just the amount. But will your results then?
But both situations are respecting your ability to recover.
Of course,
sure,
of course.
Yeah. So a good example of that would be like Dorian, and then you're looking at Lee. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you're looking, maybe Lee was like 85% every single workout.
Yeah.
But he worked out more frequently and was able to recover.
Right.
And you had Dorian, who was 100% every workout, but he worked out less frequently, right?
Exactly.
Right.
Because I've got friends that train. I've got friends that train very frequently that do grow really well, but they don't train as hard as other people that train a little bit more infrequent. So I think it kind of, again, it's like Ben said, it's respecting your recovery. Because if you're never really digging the hole too much, you can kind of get away with a little bit all the time.
Right.
But you're never digging a hole. And then that's the problem with that. What comes down to that then is, what type of bodybuilder do you want to be? What is your enjoyment? How do you feel when you're in the gym? Because most of us, I know all of us here, will not feel satisfied with a half-assed workout.
Yeah.
So then it comes down to a personality thing as well.
But hold on a minute. Calling it a half-assed workout is part of the problem, because I feel like
I do believe it is a half-assed workout.
No, it is. It is. But what I'm saying is, if it's a programmed half-assed workout,
it still says,
then that's okay. Like, and this is why I keep bringing up John, because John had a philosophy of frequency, but he also had a philosophy of active rest days, which would give your body more volume, more frequency of hitting the muscle. But because some of the days are pump days, you still get enough rest to recover.
Yeah, you're taking away some of that CNS stress as well,
right? And if you like Ben said earlier, even his hard days weren't like they're not like Brett's done all, like you said, he's done all the programs. Brett, would you say your sessions that you create on your own are a lot harder than John's days that he created in his programs?
I would say they're more taxing for sure. And that's because I combined multiple philosophies, but one of them, one of them on, some hypertrophy coach, things like that. I added all into one. But definitely ours are more taxing and more direct. So like, like how we train is we always do a quad day itself and hamstring day itself. And so we just obliterate quad so much that you can't even walk for 6 days, right? That's the goal on quad day. Same on hamstring day, and John wanted to set that up because he'd want to come back and touch, he'd want to come back and touch quads 4 days later, but lighter, right? So, I enjoyed that at the time, but what I didn't learn is I like this a little bit more. And, I can,
I wonder.
I agree though. If the trauma and the stress isn't that high, you need to come in more frequently. For sure.
Right.
This is where I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, James.
This is where I'm interested, like with Jordan lately, for example, JP, his frequency is very high at the minute, and it's totally the opposite to what I would obviously opt for, or any of us probably. But there seems to be some merit in that as well. It's not something I've really looked into, but it just shows, like you say, there are many ways to get this job done.
Right.
But I'm of the understanding, like I'm kind of like Brett. I really like the idea of like smashing something to pieces that it takes long to recover, and then coming back and doing it after you've fully recovered after like a week, pretty much. I remember I used to train once a week, like everything, and that was my favorite times, if I'm honest. Like legs every Saturday, whole Saturday, all till next week, and then you're ready to go again.
I wonder. Luke and I grew the most when we did every other day.
Training,
train, rest, and the calories were pretty consistent across both days, right? So on your rest day, you're actually in a bigger surplus because your output is high, and now Yeah. So if it's like, if you're eating like 6,000 calories, it's 6,000 calories every day, whether it's a training day or a rest day. So
You
across the
feel it.
week,
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, the other
you're
thing,
constantly fueling and replenishing and recovering.
the beauty of that is that 6,000 calories is like when you go back the next day to train because you took the day off before and you ate
Well,
6,000
so I
calories.
got extra 3.
Yeah, you're full as
Your head.
fuck now and you're ready to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I say 'cause
Um,
your baseline was probably like 3.5. So you got
Yeah.
2.5K calories just sitting in you, like ready to be.
Yeah,
You know,
but then I've
Yeah.
also seen other guys that'll be like, okay, well, I need 7,000 calories on a training day and only 3,000 on a rest day.
No,
I'm like,
it's
I
the
never liked that
it's the
approach.
opposite.
Yeah.
I remember you used to like eating more, didn't you, Fouad?
I actually
He likes to
the
eat more.
opposite.
Period. Every day.
No. When I was lifting for real,
Mm.
I think I ate a little less on my training days because my pre-workout meal was always small. All the meals leading up to my workout were smaller because I didn't like being bloated at all when I was training. On my off days, I would eat more because I felt like, man, I'm so like refreshed and full and saturated the next day when I came back to train. So like my off days, I used to like really refill.
Yeah, I like to get a lot of my off days. The only difference between my training days and my non-training is the cyclic dextrin during training. That's it.
Yeah.
Every other meal is exactly the same. I eat every meal has the same thing.
It's funny. I was actually looking through. You remember when Dean had that year in 2022? His diet almost every day was exactly the same. Whether it was training, all that was different was the initial workout.
Yeah,
but then I kept his diet exactly the same. Training day, rest day. I just said on a training day, you just don't have that. That's what you do.
Yeah, but that's how it usually was. This whole like, I need 2 separate diets like for my that is kind of a new thing. Like I don't remember anybody doing that back in the day.
That came about for me in particular. One time I worked with JP. We did a rest day diet that was like the carbohydrates were quite a lot lower. Because there was a time where like pro fat was becoming quite popular, even here, and people using their rest days as like more like pro fat days for fat burning. And then people were getting in shape really quick. No, I won't lie, it was working. But at the same time, I don't think performance was remaining as high. So sometimes the musculature you had coming into a show dwindled a little bit because those extra calories weren't coming from carbohydrate, which I think has a massive benefit to recovery as well.
Right.
You keep driving metabolism as well.
For sure, it keeps everything running fast.
Steady.
You know, I was going to say another thing. We were talking about bodybuilding maturity. I think it might have to do with maturity physically as well. Like Brett, you're still in a phase where you're trying to build, like you're still trying to get a lot bigger.
Yeah.
Whereas I think James might be in a situation where he's got like James, you're probably more in a situation where you have the mass you need. You're just trying to refine it.
Yeah, refinement's a big thing for me right now, for sure.
Yeah. So you guys are kind of like at different stages of your careers. And I would say like when I did slow down a little bit or whatever you would say,
you are focused on pushing size.
Yeah. Like I think when you're trying to grow, you have a different mentality. Like
I'm currently in a point where I'm trying to grow a little bit more. This is probably the last time I can push like this to try and grow. But I would say 70-30. Sorry, Brett. 70 is focused on refinement for sure.
Yeah. Go ahead, Brett.
Do you have trouble? So with me, I know talking about those leg days again, you know, that style of training is I actually have to eat a little less on leg days just because of what happens, how you feel after the rest of the day. So it's more that's where I think the importance of, like you said, I really liked Ben's idea of doing the one on, one off, because then you eat up on those off days leading in, like you guys said, and then you eat up after. And so like, I think people stress too much about, hey, like on my big leg day, I have to be extra high that day because I need to use that food. But the thing is, you can put it before and after, and obviously you get the pre for the energy and then the post for recovery and maximize that, and not worry so much about, oh, I have to get 7,000 calories in on this leg day, because sometimes that becomes impossible. I mean, I know it does for me.
Dude, but this is where like bodybuilding. Sorry for it.
No, go ahead, Ben.
This is where it's like bodybuilding. Every meal matters, because your meal tomorrow or this morning it's leading on to one. It's recovering you from the last session, and it's fueling you for the next session. Right. Every meal is a preparation or a recovery for what you're about to do. It's not a case of, well, I didn't eat great, so let me just get I'll add a few muffins to my pre-workout and that will bridge the gap. You're constantly in this turnover of muscle protein synthesis, which again is like very unpredictable, right? Muscle protein synthesis can happen at any point in time. So it's where your meal frequency matters, and then always having the nutrients available within the bloodstream matters. That's why, all of that stuff, This is where bodybuilding becomes such a 24/7 sport, really, for those that are trying to get to the top level. Whereas those guys that don't really nail that consistency never get to where Brett and James and you got to, because it's
Well, to touch on what Brett said, I've stressed this many times because I see people on like their leg day or whatever. Oh, I got a leg day, and they're smashing like all this food and they're eating muffins and they're like, I got to make sure I'm fueled for my workout. I'm like, that's not how it fucking works. I'm like, whatever you ate the day before is what's fueling your workout for the next day.
Feel like
So,
this, Fouad. If you, sorry,
no,
finish.
I'm just gonna say, like, it's you're actually doing a detriment. Like, if you eat, like, I'll eat a whole bag of rice pasta the night before legs,
I'm sure
and
you will.
I'm gladly. I'm like, okay, I just got like 300 grams of carbs, awesome. But the next day, my first 2 meals before training are probably fucking a quarter of the size, because
Yeah.
I don't want to be fucking bloated when I go in there to train.
Right.
But I got all, but I'm filled up from the day before.
Yeah.
Go
My
ahead,
head
Jake.
is always like this. It's like if you had a timeline just drawn out, and then you have the only moments that really are highlighted are your training sessions. As
Right.
long as in between those gaps, the fuel you were meant to take in is taken in, you're good. So when I say that, I mean even sometimes I'll find that I might eat the meal I was meant to have as my last meal, as my first meal, and get up earlier the next day, because I don't mind, because in my head I'm like, as long as by the time I've trained again, the meals I was meant to consume are in,
I see what you're
things are
saying.
still consistent. Because
Sure,
sometimes I won't lie, some days knock the shit out of me, and I fall asleep at like 11 or something, and I'm meant to fit in one more meal, but then I'll wake up like 7 a.m. instead of 8, eat the meal that I would have had, but then by the time I train again, I'm still on point because I've still got the following meal in as well.
Right.
So I just think it's like, as long as you get the food in between each bracket, you're good.
So
Go
you're
ahead, bro.
telling me the Rice Krispie treats bars I eat before the workout aren't
So good
actually
for you.
fueling me.
No,
They're
no.
just making me be a late.
Slowing you
Okay.
down.
Okay, wait. There is some caveats. Like, obviously, some simple sugar. I'm not saying don't eat.
No. I'm just messing.
I know you're messing with me, but like, obviously, some simple sugars before training, or some cyclic dextrin or something that's going to digest quickly. You're going to get that hit of energy right
But
away.
your real ATP energy is already there from the day before.
That's what I think. It's like this. It's like that. It's like this. Imagine you're carb loading for a show. This is how I think of it. If you're carb loading for a show, you don't start carb loading Saturday morning. You start carb loading fucking Wednesday. Why do you do
Wednesday.
that? It's because it takes time to fill the carbs in. So if you're not eating on your rest day, and then you wake up for legs the next day and you're like, oh, I got to fill up, you're too late.
Too late.
You
Yeah.
got to fill. You got to fill up the day before.
There's processes involved.
The pre and the intra, like, okay, so you're going to eat a muffin before you train, and then those sugars are going to be kicking around the bloodstream. Okay, fine. What that's doing is it's stopping you from depleting into those glycogen stores that you put in there in the previous days, but it's also setting you up. It's also setting you up that when you are finished with that session, those nutrients are there immediately to start the recovery process right off the bat. You're in this constant pursuit of making sure your body always has the nutrients it needs to do what it needs to do.
That's my argument against when people say like, oh, meal timing doesn't matter.
It matters to a degree, for sure.
Well, this is the thing. So I've argued that, like, people will say, okay, meal timing doesn't matter. If you could eat all 4,000 calories, if that's what you had to take in a day, if you had to eat them all in one meal, you would still gain or lose the same amount of muscle. Like, nothing would change. And I don't feel that's accurate. And the way I argue usually is performance based. But even if you took performance out of it and you just looked at somebody's physique, I just don't see how meal timing doesn't matter. I don't see how you could go 11 hours without eating a meal and then eat it all at once and still get the same progress as somebody who's eating every couple hours.
Also, like, meal timing affects everything, like energy levels. So performance is very much interrupted by meal timing.
Hormonal release.
Yeah, so like, let's imagine you eat really close to training. What's that going to do on performance from just physically? What's it going to do to performance? But then also, secondly, I know you're saying if you eat all your food first thing in the morning and 6 hours later you train, then also your blood sugar probably still is going to be lower because you ate so many hours ago. So energy could even be on the dip from that. So it's just trying to get that steady feed of energy.
Well, the thing is,
dips.
When I've had this debate with people, they accept that the performance will suffer. So if we're taking performance out of it and we're just strictly talking hypertrophy,
what you look like.
That's stupid. Why are you going to discount one of the biggest drivers for growth?
For hypertrophy, which is performance.
Well, they're
Like-
not discounting it. And that's why, like, when I've had this conversation with scientists, they agree that you have to break up your meals to make sure your performance is at its peak. But they're saying, like, if you had the muscle in a fucking lab, the muscle would grow the same if you ate all your meals at once, or if you separated them like a couple hours each, right?
No, man.
And I don't know. I just don't. I can't wrap my mind around that. They might be right. I'm not a scientist, but I just can't wrap my mind around
Just
it.
think from like nutrient partitioning. If you slam a load of food in you,
Right.
How capable is the human body of actually breaking down those nutrients and putting them and using them to their right process? Like,
Right.
it's not as easy as whereas if you drip feed.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you ate 500 grams of protein in one sitting and 500 grams of carbs in one sitting,
You're bringing the shit fucking 350 grams of protein out your arsehole.
you're just going to get fat.
You're
Like,
not gonna-
Or you're just not going to absorb it because the amount
Yeah.
of impediment that's happening within the
But
digestive
also
tract
you have
itself.
to factor in metabolism as well, as I feel. And
For sure.
again, like, I'm not no scientist, so I'm not going to get too deep into this. But the
Mm.
thing about, there are people, like normal people, eat like the way you just said. They don't eat breakfast, they don't eat lunch. Go home, they eat finally at 7 p.m. Once the kids are in bed, and they have 3,000 calories because they just get into the fridge and just start eating. And the
right.
thing is, like, their body, you've seen it. Their body will hang on, they'll hang on to those calories because they know they won't be fed for another 24 hours.
Right.
So you
Right.
can't sit here and tell me that you're going to gain as much muscle if you eat once a day compared to breaking that up into 4, 5, 6, 7 times. I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
believe that because of the metabolism aspect. But again, I'm not a certified doctor either.
But
I
this
just
is
gotta
this is just surface level. This is not even
Yeah.
us going into it like deep.
Yeah. Yeah. I just got to read a couple of these
I don't-
comments.
Just
One
Justin's
sec, man.
comment.
Josiah says, I haven't caught a line in a while. I truly appreciate everything. Sorry, the English here is broken up. Everything you do for the sport. God bless you. Also, Bloodshot is the best. Thank you. I didn't add the Bloodshot part. He actually said that. And then Connor Burton Training says, is Martin considered a dark horse for the Olympia?
It's more than a dark horse.
I think we all think he could be a first call out guy. I don't know if any of us think he's ready to win, but
Oh, is that what he's saying? Win? I was going to say he's not a dark horse. I think
Well, I don't
everyone's
know.
got him pretty high. Everyone's got him pretty high, I think, right?
Yeah, yeah. And then this last comment here is from Justin, says, tell Brett it's my goal to outlift him on quads today. Justin O'Donnell.
It's your training partner. It's one of your
See him at the gym later, yeah. We'll give him today. We'll give him today.
Ivana is in the chat. Hello, Ivana. How are you? Hope you're doing well. Okay, going on. So your win. You beat Bruno Santos. He's kind of come out of nowhere this year to look like a pretty great competitor.
Yeah.
He beat Presti the week before. He's very complete, but I felt like you were
very polished,
more polished and more detailed and kind of separated. How'd you feel in the lineup?
Yeah, no, I think, definitely, obviously the conditioning, the presentation, the tan, the overall package just won that, from the start. I think that was the kind of everybody there that was in person, just the extra detail. I mean, this was the best I've ever looked. Like the night show, I actually came back about 10% better, 5% better at like nighttime. And this was the first time where I've ever like improved from prejudging the finals that much. And this is the first time where I've totally got all the water off my body so much that I was just sweating to keep a couple drops on my head, but I was so hard and dry in my body that like I was looking down and seeing shit I've never seen before, especially on my legs, just the fibers twitching and everything. So it was just really cool to finally experience that. And you could see that, in person on stage and stuff. And there's just I think there's just a different level of sharpness, obviously, between Bruno and I. He probably had, I think, I came in, I was 246 on stage. I think he was like 275, something 270.
God damn.
So he's a bigger boy, man. I went out there and you look down, he had size like 16 feet. He had these paddles.
No way.
Yeah, his feet were so big. I don't know if they're HGH feet or what, but they were
the HGH feet. He's got the HGH jaw as well.
They were like paddles, and like I'm like, it was as big as the box. I was like, dude, you got to get your foot out of the box, bro. Like we got dude over. But no, he was an awesome dude. We chatted a little bit as much as we could, and then he was able to text me obviously better just from Google Translate, I'm sure. But he was a good competitor. But the thing is, like, And then also in posing, like he was dancing around and stuff, and I was very, I was making sure I was holding my poses, and then you just kind of had that sense from the beginning, like it was
Yeah.
just all around, everything just felt right, and it was
Yeah.
showed on there, and then I was able to, it's been 2 years since I was on stage, so first couple poses, I was like, oh, and then locked in, got the confidence in, and then after that, I knew, so it just felt really good to get rewarded for, a lot of hard work this year. You got to remember, like, I don't know if you knew, but like obviously the just digestive issues, but I went down all the way to
Yeah.
like 225, 230 pounds, no muscle. I wasn't training, had to fix everything. It took about 3 months. And it was a low point for me, man. Obviously, and
Yeah.
mentally too. You've been there where
Yeah.
I had to take a look in the mirror, and I said, I either need to quit, or I either need to turn this on, right? So
Yeah. Yeah.
made
Yeah.
that decision January 1st. I was like 225. We got up to like 280, obviously, in the next 6 months, then brought it down perfectly. And I was, 5 pounds up from the last show I did and sharper. So now I don't have to do that retract and start all over. I'm hoping to get another 5 to 7 before the Olympia next year.
Right. Right. Right.
Which
That's
will
actually remarkable when you think about that. Like the weight that you put on in 6 months, and it's all
yeah,
quality.
it was a good
Like,
push, for sure.
I don't know
And
anybody that
also-
fucking does that.
And that was also being very mindful of digestion. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I was like spacing everything out perfectly. I was still, doing my probiotics, all my gut drinks and everything. So it's like it definitely was a lot harder this year, but it was worth it, man.
Just one,
But
Good.
muscle memory is a fun thing, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
guys, one thing before we move on. This is just the Second Amendment wasn't a suggestion. That's this guy's name, by the way. Sorry. Whether you eat 20, this is the part that frustrates me. There's 40 years of bodybuilding knowledge on the show, maybe more. Whether you eat 2,500 calories all at once or spread it out, it's all the same thing.
Fuck
So
off.
I believe that.
so listen, this is a crazy thing to me about this show. With three professional bodybuilders and an Olympia coach who've basically tried everything from eating 2 meals a day to eating 7 meals a day, expressing to you what worked for them. And after we talked about it for 15 minutes, he still came on and said that.
Can I just say, since I retire, I've gone back down using like 1 meal and 2 meals a day because it's easier for me to downsize that way, and it's easier for me to manage my workload. You can forget that it's better or as good. There's no fucking way. No, it's not even as good. Not even as effective. Forget it. No, it just is more convenient for my lifestyle right now. But forget that in terms of if you're talking about a physique and performance, not a chance. Forget it.
Normally the guys that eat like that do high rocks.
Do what?
They do high rocks.
What's that?
That's just like weird training style. That's just always something really popular.
Yeah.
Wads, right?
So yeah. Anyway, so I can't take bodybuilding advice from a high rocks athlete.
It's crazy because I'm the same as Ben. Like after retiring and trying to run the business and stuff, there are days where I'd eat 1 meal. Everything suffers. Your digestion sucks. Your sleep sucks. Your fucking training sucks. It's not even a question. It's not even a question.
The only thing that's better is I don't have to spend as much time making and sitting and eating.
Yeah,
I have more time to work.
The only reason you'd eat 2,500 calories a day and try and be a bodybuilder is that you ain't got the minerals to fucking try hard to dedicate yourself to eating 5 meals a day.
I love the English sayings. You ain't got the minerals.
Like you're literally thinking that you can cheat code bodybuilding.
Yeah,
and it work for you. That's
Why
fine.
Is
you
that,
won't be, you won't be on the Olympia stage. It's fine.
Yeah.
Why is that? Why do people try and look for the easier?
Oh, wait.
Like to me, like I fell in love with bodybuilding because it was hard and it took discipline. It took like I enjoyed that part of it. Now people want to bodybuild the easier. I'd rather do it the harder way.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't say this, but yeah, I'm gonna leave it out. I'm gonna leave it out.
We'll see.
Quit remembering that you're live.
yeah, that's right. I'm live. I gotta stop. Okay. Okay. What are we gonna let's see. We got any questions here? Phil Klahar. Phil Klahar is in the chat.
Phil.
What's up, brother? How are you? All right, let's get into some Olympia shit. We got a week to go.
Ooh.
I'm gonna show you guys this new thing we got here. Share screen options. What the fuck is going on here? Why can't I just share my screen? One sec, guys. Sorry, I'm having a little bit of technical difficulties.
Hey, I'm gonna before you do that, I'm gonna shout out my guy that got sick at Legion and then won the next day.
He won the Masters, didn't he? Following day.
Ray Short.
Yeah, Ray.
Yeah, well done, man.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Congrats on that.
Good.
Ben.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Yeah, got a little.
So was that a
Yeah.
Masters Olympia qualifier as well? Or does
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
yeah.
Awesome.
Next year in Tokyo, that'll be fun.
Good.
Okay. Let's see. There's a big chat going on. Ben's pillow game is on point. Yeah, Ben, why do you got like 5 fucking pillows there?
It's because Carl
Yes.
is sleeping here and
Ian,
he stripped the bed.
Ian's in the chat. What's up, Ian?
Can't
Ian's
chat
always,
with you.
Ian's always in the chat fucking with people. Watch, he's gonna start a fight with somebody for sure. Okay.
Before we talk Olympia talk, obviously we've got camp. Well, this is Olympia talk. Camp Chow's been happening, hasn't it?
Well, I was gonna ask him about Hunter.
Yeah,
but yeah. Go ahead, Ben. Sorry, James. Go ahead.
I was interested to hear how Camp Chow's going.
How's
It's good.
How's Camp Chow going with the boys? You got Carl there too, right?
Yeah, they actually, I think they just left since I've been on here. They're heading up to destination. So
I feel like you
I'll
guys are
meet-
in like outer space because like Hunter called me yesterday, but he hung up and he had texted me. He's like, "Hey, I have no reception. I can't reach you right now. I'll call you in like an hour." And I'm like, where are you?
They're going to
Well, you-
destination just to get reception.
You've been here. You've been. They were.
I know.
I think I was
it's
actually,
out there for sure. It's just like it's
Yeah,
it's
when you were on the phone to him, actually, he was out in the gym because we were just posing. He was doing rounds. And the Wi-Fi out there is a little spotty. So, but yeah, no, it's good. Well, we've got like 6 days left, really. So, yeah, I mean, we're pushing. We're pushing for sure.
1 second, time out. First of all, Ian, I just sent you a link. Second of all, Ron C, can I refund your money? I can't refund your money. Thank you for your money, but I'm gonna delete your comment now because you're an asshole. Sorry. I don't like it when people talk shit about my friends, and Mike Van Wyck is a close friend of mine. So if you don't like the show without Mike on it, or you like the show without Mike, then watch a different show. Okay. So back to what we were doing.
Olympia, Camp Chow.
Olympia, Camp Chow. Are we gonna go into Camp Chow, or are we gonna go into predictions? Let's go into Camp Chow. How's Camp Chow going? How's Hunter doing? How's everything going?
Good. Yeah, we've had obstacles that we're working around, but pushing. His body's holding up really well, so we got a little more to pull off, really, for him to be ready. So
people have Hunter in the Nick. I don't know. I think I don't know. I don't want to say anything, but I feel like Andrew's kind of moved past that. I don't know if he has or hasn't, but that's what seems to be the public conversation. So it seems to be like,
look, if he's off, he's back in that mix.
No. I'm just saying what I feel like the bodybuilding world is saying, and not my opinion. So I feel like the bodybuilding world has Andrew moved past that, but it seems like the mix is going to be Nick, Hunter, and Martin seem to be like the kind of battle everybody wants to see. Where do you feel like Hunter's? How do you feel like?
You got Brandeo in there too.
Do you really?
Yeah.
You know, the last set of photos he put up was pretty fucking crazy.
Yeah,
He's looking really big.
Man, their photos
round. He looks
Yeah.
crazy round, but
me
so
see
did
if I
Dennis
can-
James.
Oh no! Oh
Ben's on
no!
it.
Oh no!
Hey, look, Dennis James was my Mr. Olympia on every picture he ever put up. And,
Oh no! That's
that was
no. My point
Just
being, you got to.
just an impromptu Samson clip, just because.
Damn, looks good.
Where the fuck is Raphael here? Raphael.
His shoulders look crazy round in this.
Isn't
No,
Raf's name?
RAF.
Yeah, it's F.
Oh.
It's weird. It's that Raf.
Why did I click that then? There he is.
Yeah.
Okay. Where is that picture? Let me see. Tagged photos. Where is that fucking picture? Oh, there. Is that it? Is that it? No.
No, there's one of them sat on a bench.
It's right up there.
Go to his tagged. Go to his tagged.
This is his tagged.
I think it's on
Oh,
his normal
okay.
posts. I'm pretty sure it's on his normal post, bro.
Okay, we'll go back to the normal
Yeah,
post.
I think it's like down a few.
This one?
Yeah,
No, that wasn't what we saw.
it was around that
there's
time.
one
So
of
it
them
might be.
sat-
There you go.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Yeah.
Look at his fucking shoulders. Holy shit.
There's either some IGF going on or some.
Okay, but wait
He's
a
got
minute.
that good Brazilian oil in there.
Okay, wait a minute. Is that picture in a mirror or is that dead on? Because on in a
They
mirror,
did say it was in the mirror. They did say it was in the mirror.
okay, that makes a big difference.
Oh, that changes a
Nick
That
lot.
Strength and
changes
Power. I
It's
think
still a
broke it
fucking
down.
cool shot.
No,
Yeah,
no, it's
a
still a cool shot. But when
Fucking,
you take a picture in a mirror, you look bigger for some reason. I can't explain why.
It's because there's a slight bow in the mirror, isn't it? Normally, so it
Yeah.
bends you a little bit.
It was
Why
one of
did-
those mirrors at the theme parks that like extort you and make you feel wider. and
Yeah,
taller.
the circus house. The
Okay,
yeah, he
so
should
you're
do really well.
so Brett's putting Raph in that group. What do you think, Ben?
That's how I see it. Maybe, but he hasn't shown me anything on stage historically to put him in there. Nick, Martin are proven. I mean, obviously Nick is for sure, but Martin has shown up pretty consistently, even back in 22 when he did Texas. I was at that show, and he's always delivered on stage. So I've not seen Rafa deliver on stage to his potential. Put it that way, right?
Well, I wouldn't go that far. I mean, he looked pretty great at the Arnold.
I think Raf just needs to be a little bit harder.
Yeah,
That's
he's not
from the back.
100%. He's not as good from the back as he is from the front, but he did deliver like at the Arnold. He wasn't like
Deliver by what sense? In what definition?
well, he was very competitive in that definition.
He'll need.
Do you think he
he'll
was
need
at
John
his
De La
best?
Rosa.
Do you think that's as good as he could have been?
No,
I mean, look,
That's what my point
I
is.
think he's got potential to be better. Yeah, but that's
I feel
everybody.
like he's always come in just as a little bit like, well, okay, yeah, fine.
if his back half was the same condition as John De La Rosa's at the Arnold, then he would have been fighting with Samson a lot harder.
Am I
in my opinion.
forgetting? Am I forgetting the Arnold? Wasn't he third place at the Arnold?
He's third at the Arnold,
Yeah.
but he could have been battling harder if he was harder from the back. 100%.
Right, I agree with that.
Because he comes in, certain physiques come in a little bit in different
I
areas.
don't
Ra-
think he
Raf-
could have touched Samson or Hardy. There's
No,
way he
I
felt,
don't think Ben's saying that he would have beat them. I think he's saying that it would have
It
been a
would
little
have
bit
been
more competitive.
They would have
Yeah.
maybe put a free comparison in there.
Even if he was peeled, there's no way he stands next to those two guys.
It's funny, Ben. I agree with you 100%, but there was a lot of people watching that show that thought he was very competitive with Samson.
Brett,
Yeah, they were
I
Brazilian.
want to know Brett's
bastards.
opinion.
They're all Brazilian.
I want to know what Brett thinks. Does Brett think when Rafa if he's inside out, that he can stand next to Samson?
No, I think there's still a little separation there.
Yeah,
Like I said, I think he's in that 5 to 8 group, and I think the 1 to 4 group's pretty cemented. To be honest with you.
Yeah, look, if he's peeled and comes in like we all hope, because listen, as bodybuilding fans, you hope everyone comes in 100%, right? So if Rafa comes in hard from the back, then I do think him at 100% is in that group of, like Brett said, in that 5, 6, 7, 8 group for sure.
I think Raf's an anomaly.
You think he's
As
what?
in, I think he's an anomaly in regards to. I think his structure is so perfect for what the IFBB would like to be, Mr. Olympia, that if he was sharp, he would beat bigger people.
I want to read some of these comments.
I think, personally, I think he could beat more people than we know.
This guy says bodybuilding and bias.
That's,
I don't know what we were biased about, but we'll move on. This guy says, spam the chat to get Ian on. You don't have to spam the chat. I already sent Ian a link. Why are people so crazy, man? What do you all think of the grip hooks? Do you guys use grip hooks? I don't know what that is. What's a grip hook?
and that's to do with how you lift on a deadlift. You got
like that.
Hook grip.
Yeah,
I thought.
If you saying grip hooks, I don't know.
I don't know. Okay.
Butcher hooks, right? Isn't it? Brett's got his own hooks.
Yeah,
They're great. Go buy some.
What's butcher hooks?
Show them. Put them up.
they're like shorter. They're easier to use.
It's my brand. It's my company.
One second.
I have actually
One
got
second.
a good few.
Brett, is it?
Few of my.
Brett, is this your? Brett, is this your hook?
That's a real butcher hook. That's what you have meat on, man. You can go to butcherhooks.com and I actually have the domain.
Okay, 1 second. What is it?
Just type in butcherhooks.com. But yeah, it's just my lifting straps I sell.
Oh, okay. What is the hookies? Is that it, or is there another?
We don't know what that guy's talking about. I think maybe he meant this because I'm doing a sale today, so maybe he saw that online and he's just asking in the chat. I don't know, but yeah, it's just a simple that you don't have to strap around. It's just a quick access. more for hypertrophy training, you know, where you just want to grab and go real quick. And
Right,
then when
right.
it drops the dumbbell or the machine. So yeah, I've been selling those for about 2 years now. They've done well for me.
So they're a
I've
little
heard
bit.
a lot. I know I've heard a lot of good things about your butcher bomb. There's a couple of my guys that use it, and they really like it. Just giving you a kind of
Thank you.
shout out on that.
Yeah, no, it's been extremely well. It's been an awesome thing to navigate.
Midwest Josh says, Jesus James hands look like baseball mitts.
Sausage fingers.
Oh, don't step to me.
But wouldn't it be weird if James had small fucking hands? I mean, the guy's a fucking monster. So like, let's see. Brandau will beat Hunter. That's a I don't know if that's an easy thing to say. I mean, Hunter's fucking good.
Listen, you're talking about guys that if one of them is off and one of them is on, they're gonna switch places. I'll take my bias out of this. Take this out of my bias out of this. You take a certain group of people. Now, listen, I agree with Brett. You've got like the 1 to 4 group. Now, if one of those is off, it's going to be harder, even if one of those is off, to slip out the 5. Like, they're still that good.
Right.
And the same with that second group, right? You're going to have like Martin, Nick, Hunter, take Rafa,
Bonac.
Bonac. Right. So now, Hakeem, right? You're going to have that order where, listen, Hunter can be at the bottom of that if he's off. For sure.
Agree.
Especially if the other 4 are all on. Like, of course, it's high level. It's the most competitive lineup you've got.
We've talked about this close. We've talked about this before. Within certain tiers, it's anybody's game. If Derek and Hadi miss, which is hard to say they're going to miss because they work with Hani, and Hani's very, very on point with his guys. But if Hadi and Derek miss, Andrew and Samson move up.
Yeah. Listen, I've had direct conversations with Hunter about Martin because I'm like, Nick is proven, and we know what Nick can bring. But it's like Martin is, Martin's consistent. I mean, Hunter was at both Detroit and New York. I mean, we was with Brett in New York and saw what he's going to bring.
Right.
And I'm like, listen, like, yeah, you're going to outsize him and kind of, you got more density in him. But if you're off, then Martin's gonna sneak ahead of you. He's fully aware of that. We're not sugarcoating anything, but you have to be pragmatic about what we're looking at, right? We're not going, oh no, he can't beat me because it's gonna hurt my feelings. You're going, no, listen, if you're not on, this guy's physique will place ahead of yours.
Right.
Everything's possible.
This guy says, great to see the boys back together. This guy says, I feel Rafa is a great gatekeep for the top 10. This guy says, Fouad, are you doing commentary this year? No, I'm not. I've never done commentary at the Olympia. I am doing the press conference.
Oh,
so
nice.
I'll be at the press conference.
Well, is that Wednesday or Thursday?
Thursday.
Thursday.
This guy says Rafa will beat Hunter 100%. You can cry later, Ben. The fuck is wrong with me?
I literally just said he can beat Hunter if he's on and Hunter's off like that.
If Brett got a special invite to this year's where would he place? Brett, what do you think?
With this current size, I don't know. It would be a battle for me to be around the 10 spot. That's what I'd really be shooting for, to be honest. Ben,
that
would be my goal.
James has said before many times that the Olympia is a big man's competition.
Yeah.
So I think that would be James, would you say that's the primary? I mean, look, obviously all things are considered, but would you say without the muscle, you're not like to be in that
every time I've been to the Olympia, like the only reason I've placed ahead of like people like Tonio and guys like that was my size, and I still get beat because guys with more size than me.
Yeah. So Derek's a sitting champ though.
Yeah, but muscular, he's got more than me.
Muscular, but he's 5'5", and
but compare him to Samson and
he
wasn't Nick.
I don't think. Go ahead.
I've been every show I've ever done. The first call out always feels like it's the guys with the most muscle in their bones. Like typically for me, especially the Olympia.
I don't think Derek and Hadi are necessarily smaller than Samson.
No, they potentially. I would say Hadi has more muscle on his frame than Samson from being next to him.
But Hadi has more muscle on him than Derek does. Agreed.
Yeah, and I'm not saying like the biggest guy wins. That's not what I'm trying to say. I'm just saying
musculature. Musculature.
It feels like at the Olympia, it's a big deal. Like you have to have the muscle to be in the top 10. You're not going to
Listen,
catch. It's odd to find you're not going to find a smaller guy in the top 10.
Pro shows and Olympia are very different from my experience.
And they have to, and there are some exceptions, like, but they have to be perfect. Like you look at Dexter. You know, Dexter was in the top 10 as a smaller guy, but his physique is flawless.
Yeah.
Right.
But this is why someone like Hunter is so dangerous at an Olympia, because he carries more muscle than pretty much everybody. That's what people don't realize about someone like Hunter.
The problem with Hunter is still photographs. You have to see him move. When you see him move, you get to understand the density and the size he has. It just moves differently. When he stood in a still photo, it doesn't translate. I'm sorry, whether he's my athlete or not, whether Honey goes and coaches him, like he just moves differently. He has a different structure to him.
And also,
I can vouch for him. He has the most muscle.
Sorry, leg development in general of Hunter. You know,
Yeah,
I think that's the hugest thing. It's just the size of everything matching hamstrings to quads to adductors to glutes. You know, all those, that top 5 have that, right? You know, there's nothing missing there.
This guy says it's Derek than everyone else. I totally disagree with that. I think Derek, Andrew, Hottie, Samson are in the same kind of battle that Ben was saying about, hey, Yannicka, how are you?
Hey, Yannicka, how are you?
Hi.
You don't even say hello. There's a microphone there.
Sneaking in on the side.
This is just real creepy. Get out of the room.
Oh. I think it's like, no, it's not one guy and then everybody else. It's like there's 3 tiers, and those people can switch in that group depending on how things are going.
Did you see that? Sorry, guys. Did you see what she just done?
No, what you did?
Okay, all right. There was a foot. She put a foot in the screen.
No,
anyone that caught that in the chat? Okay, so right. She's gone now. I promise I've sent her away.
Bodybuilding.
This definitely isn't just a one-man show. This is a 5-man show at least.
Yeah. This guy says bodybuilding bollocks and bro chat always keep me entertained. Can't wait to see James back on stage. Brett, you were amazing. I just wanted to know if Hostile delivers to South Africa. You are the GOAT, Fouad. I'm not sure if Hostile delivers to South Africa. You have to check the website. I'm sorry, I don't know all the countries we deliver to. I should know that.
Not up to date on my South Africa.
Yeah. Let's see. I'll do one more before we get into.
Can I ask a question as well?
Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
For
go ahead.
Brett, have you decided to apply for the Arnold at all? Because the application's just gone out. I'm putting you under the heat right now.
No Arnold for next year. Like I said, the main thing is I just need another grow year like this year to, you know, Matt, like you just explained it. You know, you're not going to move up on the Olympia stage without the size. So that's purely what I need. I know I can bring the conditioning. I've done it. I've proved that every single time I've stepped on stage for the most part. So it's just purely size, and doing an Arnold, I wouldn't get any growth. You know, there'd be no tweener.
Eats into that time, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yep.
This guy says, good luck to Ginger training, competing in Italy this weekend. Go smash it, lad. Hostiles in the chat. We deliver to South Africa.
There you go. There we go. We deliver to.
They're ready.
Fuck, what was I going to ask? Oh, that's what I was going to ask. So was that the plan all along? Like, I'm going to win this show, I'm going to qualify for 25, and then I'm not doing anything till I get there? Or do you plan on doing something next year?
As of now, I don't plan to do anything until the Olympia next year.
Yeah.
So honestly, this year I wasn't really technically planning on the Legion. So like I said, when I started January 1st, it was like, okay, I need to get up to a point, you know, I feel like I'm comfortably big enough, or it's time, you know, then I feel like I need to start, if any issues are arising, I need to start bringing it down. So I wanted to do Texas and Tampa, but it just, I didn't feel like I had enough size yet. I prolonged the off season a little bit longer. And then also, I mean, I'm not going to lie, like part of it was like, you know, then when I was making that decision, I was like, well, Martin's got the Olympia 2 weeks later. So let's set up these preps, you know, where we're about 2 weeks out from each other and can maximize this together. Right.
Right.
You know, that helped a lot, obviously, with us going through the same, pretty much, you know, same weeks out. It led into it, and training the same, bringing it down the same, and it worked out that way. And so Legion is what we had to do. And, you know, then once we won that, then we get qualified for the next year. So now I can make some decisions, but definitely a growth period, maybe something if there, you know, there's something we don't know. We don't know when Olympia is yet. So if there's some shows right before it, you know, maybe we'll do that, but we'll wait and see how it turns out.
Yeah, it was a good call jumping in for sure. I mean, that's like, because it takes the pressure off the whole year. Now you're like, look, I already know I qualified. You can just grow and do whatever you want, and when you're ready, you can jump to a show, or not jump into a show, just do the fucking O. I mean, it's a good way to like really remove the pressure from competing if you don't have to.
Right. It gives me a chance to really do a true health phase here at the end of the year, like I did last year, kind of the same thing, and reset and then go for it.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. Ian, just for everybody in the chat who's wondering about Ian is on the way to California. He's on the way to the airport. I'm meeting him tonight in California. We're going to be riding motorcycles for the next 3 days. So he can't join the chat. So everybody stop.
You're meeting him in California.
I'm meeting him in Sacramento. We're riding for 3 days.
You love it.
I'm fucking so excited.
Brokeback Mountain 2.
We're doing the Pacific Coast Highway. We're doing the Redwood Forest. We're doing it's going to be incredible. What did you say? What did you say? I didn't hear what you said. What did you say?
Said Brokeback Mountain 2.
Yeah, he's actually riding on the back of my motorcycle. We're riding together.
Yeah. I want a film made. You need to make a documentary on this.
They'll reach around the tuggy. Sure.
Yeah. And then from Sacramento, we drive to Vegas on Monday. So we'll be in Vegas. I bought a vlogging camera.
Yeah.
To try and get some footage next week while I'm in Vegas, but I can't.
Did you get that?
I got the DJI Osmo 3 Pocket 3 or whatever the fuck it's called. So we'll see how it goes. Anyway, let's get to some predictions. This is the new prediction page.
It's gone all out now.
Holy shit. What the fuck is this?
This is interactive as fuck.
So listen to this, guys. People watching this tab here, the global leaderboard.
So you've actually got a leaderboard for a globe.
Well, not yet. When the page is finished, it will have a board for the public to be able to put their predictions in.
So and then you look up total.
And then you look up the total, right? So if you go to leaderboard, see, I'm winning. Ian's gonna be so mad when he sees this. So I'm winning, and then I
love that you've gone to the effort of having graphics and everything. This is brilliant.
Yeah. So we got to add for people who aren't regulars on the show. They won't have graphics.
Yeah,
it'll just be like, I got to get yours. You got to
send
me a picture.
James,
no, I don't have a fucking photo yet.
Hey, I gotta go. See you.
I don't have a photo yet for you guys. Fuck you. So
you don't have photos of us?
No, not yet.
I'll send you some. I'll send you a little one tonight.
Okay, let's and then you just
please have James's photo. It's just a pair of feet, like the bottom of his feet.
Okay, so this is this is a list of competitors. Let me just expand this a bit. Okay, this is a list of competitors.
You know what? This is so much better than 2 years ago, where it was like 33 open guys.
Yeah, I know.
Too much, man.
So we got the prediction page. Where's Ben? There's James. Okay, James, you already put your picks in, right?
Yeah.
Andrew, Hottie, Samson.
You were hating on me for being team.
Well, because you put fucking Derek in fourth. I'm like, come on.
Yeah, mate. Someone's got to fucking mix up a little bit. Come on.
Okay, and then we got Roman, Ben. Who's gonna win? I don't think I have your full picks.
Dude, I've done 3. This is the 4th time.
You've done this 4 times.
Every time I've changed it I just pick random names now.
Okay, right, do it again. Do it again.
Okay, Samson.
Yeah.
I think that's it now.
Hottie.
Derek. Andrew.
Hang
on. Boom. Yeah, leave the rest.
Leave the rest?
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like it's the year of the tall men. I think it's the year of the tall men, boys. I'm sorry.
Okay, so then we go add player, create new player.
Player profile. Look at this.
Brett, Wilkin.
Dude, this is so cool.
Create.
I'm thoroughly impressed.
Wait, did it add it? No, it didn't. I got to go back. I still haven't learned how to use this thing. Fuck off. Create new player. Brett.
I love that default is Ronnie Coleman.
Just say Ronnie Coleman. Just leave it. Go.
We need Ronnie's prediction.
Wait, there you okay. Brett Wilkin. Add player. Okay.
Absolutely.
Now Brett Wilkin. Okay.
There we go.
Wow.
That just magically appeared.
Wonderful. Okay. Brett, let's go.
Ooh, on the spot. Oh man. I'm gonna go like you said, it matters on just who shows up. And the one person that never shows up off at all is Hottie. I'm gonna go Hottie, Derek,
Okay.
Samson,
Yeah.
Andrew.
Yeah.
I'm going Martin top 5.
Big
Martin,
Mark.
Hunter.
Hunter,
I'm going Brandon Curry.
Brandon Curry,
Brandeo.
Ooh, where's Nick?
Raphael.
Nick.
Bonac.
Wait, why did you put Nick in the top 10?
Oh crap! Sorry, no. I mean Nick.
I was like, where's
sorry.
Nick?
I got Nick behind Martin.
Okay. Nick,
Sorry, moved everyone down one. I knew I was forgetting a name.
I was like, whoa, shit.
Hunter.
Yeah.
Who was after Hunter? Raphael?
Brandon.
I had Brandon.
Brandon.
I had Brandon. You got to remember Brandon, man. I know
Yeah.
every year we don't talk about Brandon. He shows up, so we got to give him. Some.
Okay, who's 10?
I'll go Bonac 10th. Experience.
I'm surprised.
Who's got Bonac in 7th? Oh, James.
James. No, Justin
No,
Compton.
Justin.
Yeah, Justin Compton.
Wait, that was Justin's pick. I didn't actually see. I started watching the episode.
This is Justin Compton. Yeah. Nick 5th, Fitzwater 6th, Bonac 7th. He's got Hunter 9th. Brandon 8th, and he got Muhammad Foda, which I thought was Foda's a good pick for 10th. Roman also had Foda 10th. Akeem, I'm surprised a lot of you don't have Akeem in there.
I would have Akeem because the way he looked at the Arnold finals was crazy.
Boy, I got Akeem in mind. Don't.
Ben, where do you? Oh, you have Akeem 9th, yeah.
I could easily have Akeem in mind as well,
but you don't.
Akeem's
I don't because it's so interchangeable, you know.
If he comes in correct.
So James, what you're saying is you have no faith in Akeem.
I do because I was with him at the Arnold, man. Fucking kicked everyone's ass in the finals.
I'm just fucking with you. Okay.
Sorry, Akeem.
So then we got Nick. These two guys are just working the office. This is Seth Feroci. He didn't finish his picks. I gotta do this with him on Tuesday. Stefan had Hottie, Derek, Andrew, Samson, Fitzwater, Bonac, Nick in 7th, Brandon 8th, Foda 9th, and Raphael 10th.
Wait, he's got Hunter out of the top 10.
Okay, hold on a minute though.
He's got all his athletes in there.
Yeah,
you're gonna be a phone call later.
He's coaching Foda, Bonac, and
he
Fitzwater.
did say I got to represent.
Yeah, he did say that.
Oh,
okay. Yeah, he said on the podcast, like I put my clients in there. And then me, Ian, and Paul have to put our final picks in. I think mine are done. I got Samson, Derek, Hottie. I think I'm going to put Hottie here.
I got Hottie ahead of Derek, I think.
Derek.
Oh, fuck. I don't know, man.
Nick, I'm going to put Andrew here. Nick.
I feel like you should all move Andrew up a bit.
Fitzwater, Hunter, Brandon.
Just a few.
I don't know if these are a good top that the last five here. I know Fitzwater 6 I'm comfortable with. Hunter, Brandon. Yeah, I think I'm good there too. Akeem, Raphael. I'm going to leave mine for now.
I wish I had access to Chris Aceto's phone right now.
Try to figure out his picks.
just have a look at how these guys are looking, because obviously he's got Akeem and he's got obviously Andrew.
Well, we can take a look at Akeem right here. He actually looks pretty good.
Yeah, I know, but like, you know, what's the coach hiding?
Oops.
Let's hack him.
Yeah. The thing with Akeem, his water weight manipulations always make such a difference as well.
But you can usually tell Akeem's condition by how this like leg and
that crazy side leg.
Do you think? I think his side legs are always pretty strict.
No,
it's from the back.
It is. You're right, Ben. But shit gets drier, like this shoulder separation and stuff. Like this, see how dry his pec is.
Listen, he was fucking great. Yeah.
I feel like Aceto's way of doing the dehydration works super well with Akeem when it works.
Yeah. Well, especially because they seem to have figured out they cracked the nut with the finals of the Arnold.
Guys, look how
he looks totally different, didn't he?
Look how hard this is going to be to beat from the front.
Yeah, he looks great.
His taste is crazy.
He is a freak.
If you think about
it,
Akeem,
are so wide.
It's funny if you think about it. I know bodybuilding is not really judged like pose for pose, but if you think about it, Akeem is very, very hard to beat from the front and from the side. All shots.
Mad
from the front and side, like front double, front lat spread. All of his shots are good. Side tricep, side chest. It's only the back shots, and actually, the back lat spread is good. It's just the back double where he really gets
It's the highlights.
Yeah.
It's highlights, and then if he's soft, then it really.
I wouldn't be shocked if Akeem like moves up. If as long as he's in condition, I think
He could be around 8th.
Wait, moves up. The guy plays top 6 in 2020, right?
No. I don't mean that. I mean moves up in a sense of like a lot of people don't have him in the top, like the top 10.
Sure,
right?
but he's a top Olympian guy. He's a top 6 guy for sure.
Yeah.
Been there.
I agree. Okay, let's go back to this real quick because we have a second thing we've plugged into it.
What else have you done?
If we go home and then we go classic.
Ooh, nice.
There's some classic predictions.
I don't know if I know 10 classic guys.
Well, there's
a list.
They're right here. They're right here. You just have to read them off there.
Okay.
Add player. Let's see. Create new
player. I mean, I know my top 7. I just don't know 8, 9, 10.
Well, we'll just
have you seen this what's his name that Neil Hill's coaching? Have you seen that guy, the Korean? Let me find him.
James.
I ain't gonna lie.
There's these crazy Asians coming over too that look phenomenal.
Yeah. I only know about 5 names.
Fuad, go to your Instagram and just type in frame 92.
Like frame, as in
frame is a picture frame.
I forgot
Have you
about
seen
this guy.
This fucking guy?
Baki.
It's frame,
This guy is fucking nuts. Look at this shit.
Whoa.
It's a Dragon Ball Z character if ever I saw one.
He's gonna be a little too thin in the upper body, but he's fucking great.
He hasn't competed since last year, and he
look at this though. Can you say fucking? Can you seriously though? Can you say stereotype?
You can do whatever you like.
No, but like
Ben, he looks like a Jack Blue Kang.
Ben, what's wrong with your? What's wrong with?
Why don't put this on me?
Every fucking Asian I see has incredible legs.
Yeah.
Good hair too. I like his hair.
He does have very good hair.
He looks so good.
If he can,
this was last year,
dude. If he can thicken up,
he brought up his upper body. He's gonna be very
wild.
Well, this
wild.
is
you know what? It's like I look at that and I say, like the texture of his skin, even, and just the whole look is clean.
Ben, you're just being biased because he's Asian.
No, look at the separation. Look at the separation in the quads and the skin texture and the muscle and skin texture is really nice, especially for classic.
Hey, click on that picture with him and Neil. I want to see him next to Neil, like size wise. Okay,
he's not small.
He's not big. I don't think he's got a pretty physique, but I don't think he's going to be big enough to crack the top 10.
No, because he's pretty tall too.
Yeah, he looks a little too thin still. But if he can improve this shape with more muscle, fuck, he'll be dangerous.
I like that shot where he's in the Dragon's Head. This is like. He's obviously flat, but that one you should click on.
Oh, this one,
the top one. He's obviously flat, of course, but
if he can get the rest of his body to match his leg development, he'll be dangerous as fuck. Okay, let's go back here, and we'll start with anybody who wants to start classic. James, you want to start?
I only know about 5 of them anyway.
They're right here. So we got Chris Bumstead, Ramon, cool.
Wesley.
Wesley.
Whoa. Is Terrence?
Yeah. He's not doing it, Terrence. No.
Listen, I didn't add these in. Somebody did it for me.
I can give you some bits.
Just ignore the ones.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I do need to refer to the top sometimes, though. But yeah.
That's fine. This is the top.
Yeah. Obviously, Chris in first.
Okay.
I'm going to put Wesley in second.
Wesley. Dino. Ramon.
Urs.
Where is he? There he is. Urs. Okay.
Michael's looking quite good. Let's scroll up, sorry, for me, Fouad, just so I can just double check. Can
I tell you who I'm impressed with? This Matthew Grego guy.
If he makes weight.
Yeah, he looks fucking huge. Like
I don't know his weight, but it looks like he's got something to suck down.
Look at this fucking guy.
Oh, this guy's really wide, isn't he? His shoulders are like nuts.
Look at this. Look how thick he is.
Got a lot of back as well, isn't he? Got a lot of back.
Look at that. Look at
the amount of muscle he's added in a year is
I'm interested.
Yeah, I got Wesley second.
His weight's at.
This guy needs to go to bodybuilding, man. This is fucking ridiculous. Look at this shit.
I have a feeling this might be his last year in Classic. I don't know. If he grows like this again, there's no fucking way he can make his weight. He's he's like 6'1", 6'2". He's a big boy as well.
Can I tell you, I'm really impressed with his physique, but I don't feel like it's as classic as it is bodybuilding. I don't know if you guys feel. I don't know if you
Yeah,
guys
I agree
feel
that. I agree.
like,
It's not the most classic shape in my opinion.
but he's very impressive. But I feel like he's more impressive as a bodybuilder.
Niall from UK is good. Niall's very good. I don't know if he's ready for top 5 though yet.
No, Niall.
He will do well eventually.
Who's Niall?
Just needs a bit more size. One punch.
One punch.
Oh yeah, that guy's
Guy without a
crazy.
waist.
You give him
zero waste.
Give him a
Literally,
little
like,
bit more time.
Look at this guy. Jesus.
Give him a little bit more time.
Yeah, he's a
Just needs
cartoon character.
This is ridiculous.
To be fair, I'm not gonna. I'd rather him just go into like open after a year or so.
Look at this.
He's got such nice shape.
Brilliant shape.
Yeah.
Like, fuck, man. Look at this shit. That's genetic.
He's a
Yeah,
freak.
you're born with
No.
that.
Yeah.
Fucking genetic gift this guy was given. Jesus Christ.
Space Marines.
He's a good bit under his weight cap too.
Yeah, he doesn't look big. He doesn't look big, but he looks.
He's quite tall. He's quite tall.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
I don't think he is he?
Yeah, he's not short.
What's
I
tall?
thought-
What's tall, James? Like 5'10", 5'12"?
He's round about. Yeah, not far from my height.
I just said 5'12".
5'12"? What the fuck, 5'12"?
Well, I'm
5'14".
5'11". I'm
I just said
5'11", and when we
5'12".
yeah, I'm 5'11", and he's probably maybe around my
Ben?
height. Pretty sure.
Fuck
I thought you
you.
were short.
I did 5 podcasts this week. I'm allowed to slip once.
I'm going to start telling people I'm 5'13".
All right, let's go back down. I want to give Niall a good place, but let's quickly see what's what.
Do you want to see everybody else here?
No,
Breon,
no.
Mike Summerfield.
I know the picks that I'm thinking about for.
No, show
Okay.
me Jae-Hoon Park. Pull Jae-Hoon one more time, just for me, because I've got to do my.
Where is he?
Jae-Hoon Park?
Jay Hun.
Yeah.
Jay
Oh
Hun.
shit! I closed it.
Wait, who was the guy we just looked at? The Asian guy with Neil. What was his
Frame
Baki.
Baki. I'm not sure that's his actual name, but we'll take it.
Which one's Jay? Oh, I know John. Oh, yeah. This is the guy that like squats like 600 pounds every week.
Oh, he won Texas last year, dude. This
Yeah,
guy's conditioning
his
in
legs
person
are
is
amazing.
crazy.
Does he have a back?
I think that's what's gonna.
No.
I think that's when it's gonna knock
No.
him.
Oh, it's not bad. That's not bad. That's a good back.
Dude, I'm telling you, this guy's conditioning in person is like jaw
Well,
dropping. When he won
not e-
Texas last year,
Yeah, but not even just in person. Look at this in the fucking video. Look at his glutes are like I've never seen the inside.
He's got some of the best. He's got some of the best legs in
Legs.
classic for sure.
So is this guy going to shock everybody or what?
I got him
He still
in
needs
the
more back.
His back is-
I don't know if he has the thickness yet.
I think Niall's back was actually slightly better.
Look at the fucking hamstrings on this guy.
No, not in terms of muscularity.
I
Yeah,
got him.
man.
Oh,
This guy's way more
shit.
muscular. This guy's way more. You are so biased.
Just because he's Asian, bro.
Oh, me and
You're like,
Ben,
I know-
me and Ben saw this guy in person. We
Come
saw him
on.
in Texas last year.
James is like, I like
Nice,
Niall.
Bruce.
I need to give him a good person. I need to give him a good placing.
No, I do feel like he should get a good look in there.
He
James
can
is-
squat.
He's so
He can squat too. But he only does like I'm like scared for him because he only does like 1, 2, 3 reps always, and I'm like, dude, cut this out.
280, 280
That's the
kilogram.
key. That's the key. I'm going back.
I know, but how long is this gonna last?
God damn. God
I missed
damn.
that shit, man.
Yeah, he's going. We got 4. Let's go. We got 4.
Brett.
I'm pumped for him.
That's
We
impressive.
got
man.
5.
Well,
We got
hey,
5.
here we go.
It's only what?
7
280,
plays,
280.
almost 7 plays.
That's
Yeah.
280.
There you go.
Oh,
So
Hey,
weeks out. Be
five-
careful, buddy.
someone of that weight as
5
well.
reps.
Lift of the
5
wild.
reps with 280.
Good for him, man. That's fucking awesome.
Crazy. But that's why
Look at
his
these legs.
Squats will give you.
I
Squats will
know,
give
and
you
then
a wide waist.
motherfuckers tell me squats are shit for legs. I'm gonna piss off, man.
Squats give you a wide waist.
Don't listen to anybody nowadays who tells you how to train. I just saw a video the other day, and I won't mention who put it up, but they're like, "Don't do barbell curls." I'm like, "Oh my
Oh,
god!"
man.
I hate the fact that no one's squatting and deadlifting anymore.
I don't think that's true. I think the guys that are actually
Young kids are not building physiques under
Yeah,
a heavy
but
bar.
this is the thing. They're going to learn real quick, right? They're going to get to a point and they're going to go, okay, I'm competing now. My legs are shit. What do I have to do? And they're gonna go, oh, those guys have been squatting this whole time. Like it happened. Listen, it happened to me. When I turned pro, my shoulders were too wide for my legs. They're like, your legs are shit. They're like, your shoulders are too wide. Your legs aren't big enough. I had to relearn to train legs. I spent 2 years doing basically just compound movements. I spent 2 years basically just doing leg press, hack squats, front squats, and squats. So I think everybody will try and do these isolation exercises, blah, blah, blah. But eventually, if they're competitors, they're going to reach a point where they're like, why is that guy kicking my fucking ass? Right.
Or
And that,
or if they want to progress.
yeah. Or they'll watch a Brett and Martin video and go, oh, okay.
Oh, now I
The thing
get
with
it.
squats as well,
Yeah.
it's not just the movement for like the movement, it's what it teaches you as a fucking man.
Yeah.
It's like it's in whether you are actually willing to get very uncomfortable and go through it. Like nothing else creates that same environment. And as much as a lot of people that would be in the chat would be like, oh, that's stupid what you're saying. The people that say that in the chat have never done it.
You haven't done it.
Never done it. Like put a lot of weight on your back and squat and know that there's a very likely chance that you're going to fail the next rep and still give it a fucking go. And you'll figure out there's something about yourself.
Yeah. That's
It's the best. You know, you've lived it, man. And like, I'm not saying you have to barbell squat, like you don't have to if there's a problem, but at least the Smith machine is a fucking good alternative. Like I know Brett, you're a fan of the Smith machine squats. They're an epic fucking exercise, but it's just the motion of going all the way fucking down, all the way up, and not being a bitch.
Brett broke my soul on a Smith machine squat in Denver. I couldn't breathe.
They did.
I like that. I like squatting. I like doing Smith machine squats. I think
I do as well. I think they're really good.
I think anybody who says it's easy or bullshit has never done them properly or
It's
done them hard.
actually potentially harder, I think, because the fact that you can't maneuver. So I could probably barbell squat more than I could ever Smith squat because I can move my back to adjust to me. Whereas on a Smith, you're fixed in a plane.
You're talking about a Smith machine with no counterbalance, so there's no help.
Yeah, and also the fact that a Smith machine runs on a runner, your body can't adjust biomechanically.
Yeah.
So that's why I use the Smith squats more focused, like purely on quads, because you're able to see your feet exactly where you're going, knees over toes, and that bar keeps you in that pathway. You can't do that so much with the barbell squats.
Yeah.
When I do freeway squat, that's going to be more maybe just on a full leg day, maybe even on the hamstring day. I know you're you're getting more glutes and hams too. The Smith machine, I'm more focused purely on just quads with the feet set up and then the bar being vertical right there.
For sure.
But that's kind of another thing I always feel like is lost in training lately. So people will say like there are better quad exercises for your squats for your legs, and I'm like, okay, maybe you're right. Maybe there are better. Maybe if you said hack squats are better for your legs than squats, I could probably get along with that. But I think the problem is people forget that you're trying to develop the entire leg. Like you want to develop your sartorius, you want to develop your adductors, you want to develop your abductors, you want to develop your
squats do that.
Your glutes and your hamstrings. Like everybody I feel like is so stuck on this like isolation trend that they're forgetting it's good to build the entire body. Like
when I used to squat like I used to, I got away with doing way less isolation.
Yeah.
Because the amount of recruitment I was getting meant I didn't have to do all these isolation exercises.
Hitting everything. Everything's fine.
Have you seen Derek? I know he's got like genetically one of the best backs, but have you seen him do a row? I love how he does a row.
Yeah, why?
Because he actually like fully extends back through it, and he's getting all the lower back involved. He's getting everything. Rather than a lot of guys like staying forward on it and just like rowing to like here, right on a chest support. He's like everything is coming back, everything is contracting and pulling back on it. If you see him, he put a video up. He's got a crazy back, but
I feel like Dorian rode very similar to that.
Yeah, it's just the whole posterior is moving that way.
Let's say this is your abdominal and this is your back. The way that they pull till everything gets like that, they crunch it down. They actually overextend, like hyperextend almost, but they get the contraction so fucking short. And Dorian's rows were very similar. He'd pull and then he'd like lift, which a lot of people are like, oh, you don't have to do that. But there's people with amazing backs that do that. So
I need to ask somebody if they want to be a moderator on the chat because somehow my chat is being spammed like crazy all of a sudden because some douchebag is doing something. So if anybody wants to be a moderator so I don't have to do this, I would be happy to add them as a moderator. I don't know why people do stuff like that.
think.
Okay, let me just.
It's because their lives are so successful. They've got so much money in the bank. They can
I just
get away
blocked
with.
someone somehow. One of the spammers.
I wonder if I can make you a. I don't.
I
even
just
know
blocked.
where-
I just clicked on him and it blocked.
Yeah. Put the
Maybe
chat
give-
in slow mode. I didn't know you could do that. Put the chat in slow mode. I don't know where that is.
Now you're getting a point like a million people saying moderate me and they're spamming chat too.
No, people are saying like one guy was like, you can use a bot to moderate the chat. I don't know how to fucking do all that shit right now. Community moderation. What's that mean?
So community mods. So that means I'm not sure.
Add
That's where I should be asking.
add managing moderator. James Hollingshead.
James can do it.
Just fuck James. You can do it.
No, I'm just saying you could that way you're on as well. So now you're a moderator as well.
I'm gonna give you a hand now, bro.
Moderation activity. Moderation activity will be shown. No, I don't want to do that.
We can do timeouts so anyone that acts like bell end.
Jesus.
Yeah, jeez, what's with the spamming? All right, we're gonna have to.
I don't know what the fuck is going on here. Somebody's trying to ruin my show, motherfuckers. Okay. Look at it. It's insane. Okay, I gotta add somebody as a moderator here. Who is the moderator? Who wants to be a moderator? I'll help you moderate. Renowned Owens. Okay. Add as moderator.
This is like a Nike shoe drop or something.
And review chat messages, hide, put users in timeout. Save. Okay. You're a moderator now, Renowned Owens.
It's on us.
Go get him.
Go get all of them.
You're a hunting
It's
dog.
Andrew Jack spamming.
I just saw that. Apex, I'll add you as a moderator as well. Okay. Thank you guys for your help. Okay, I'm going to let them do that while we do go back to
They're doing it, killing it.
okay. Going back to predictions.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Oh yeah. I was gonna say Breon next. Then Mike Summerfield.
Breon, Ainsley, and Mike Summerfeld. Okay.
Yeah.
Anybody
And then
else?
Michael DeBull.
Michael DeBull. Okay.
And then one of the Asian guys.
Oh, James.
Just throw a few
what
Asians in
about,
there. Fill it out with
James, what about
Asians.
Jose? What about Jose?
Jose. Oh yeah, put Jose actually in 8, and then the two Asian chaps below. So they're still in the top 10. So Ben's happy.
Jose.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate it. Team Red.
Where is the other Asian guy? There's only one.
Bream.
You didn't have him on. You haven't got him on your list.
Chen.
Chen Gang. There you go.
I don't
Look at
know
that.
him.
That's a splendid top.
That's
10.
just a random. Who's Chen Gang?
I don't
You just
know.
Made that up. He's a
Just pick
fucking
any
Mortal
Asian.
Kombat character. I don't know who he is.
Shang
I
Tsung.
just found a name and I was like,
It's got to be him.
That'll do.
yeah, it's
That'll
got to be
do.
It fits the bill. Token Asian man fits the bill. Put him in.
Okay. Going back to predictions now.
Wait. What about? So none of the Brazilians, by the way. So the guy that
Ramon.
no, okay, but
Ramon's
the
my
guy that
Brazilian.
won.
Can't pick too many
What about
Brazilians.
that, what about that guy that won
Junior son.
Texas?
Mate,
Dude,
I can't
Oh, I
remember
know,
every classic person.
I know who you're talking about, Ben. You're talking about this guy. Where is he? Is it
Gabriel?
not Gabriel.
No.
He
No,
won
it's not
Texas.
Gabriel. Gabriel lost to Gabriel got second in Texas, right?
It's
Oh, he
Jose.
won Texas.
Isn't Jose the
I got
guy you're
beat,
talking
but-
about?
No, that's Jose my beast, right? It's,
Jose. This guy.
Go to no, he's Spanish. Go to
Same difference.
Fabricio. Go to go to Fabricio's page. No.
Not this guy.
Not that guy. The coach.
That's classic
coach.
right there.
Okay.
This guy.
Yeah. Because he coached both Gabriel and the other Brazilian guy that won.
I know who
What
you're
is
talking
his
about. I don't remember his
name?
name. I know you're talking about. Let me go to tagged photos. Maybe he's there.
I mean, you talk about Stefan with a bunch of guys in the Olympia. This guy's got Fabricio's got a bunch of people. I'll find him.
This is the Gabrielle guy. Where's the other guy that they were beating? They were head to head, right?
They were 1 and 2.
Yeah,
in Texas,
yeah. I know who you're talking about. I just don't remember his fucking name.
Because Gabrielle got second in both shows.
Wait, is
in
it in
Tampa and someone will know. Someone will know. Him and I follow each other. Let me see.
I wonder if somebody in the chat knows.
I'll find him. You carry on. I'll let you know.
They're talking about Justin Badurina, which no, that's not...
Barrett.
No,
great. He won Tampa, which I wouldn't mind seeing him in the top 10. Let me just read this comment from Michael Holder. Marine Mike, how are you, buddy? It's good to hear from you again. Love what I'm hearing on hard training. Work on developing a love for what is hard and difficult instead of trying to find an easier, comfortable fucking way to do what needs to be hard. Good to see you, Brett. Marine Mike, USA. Thank you, brother. Monagate. That's it. Yes.
Monagate.
Monagate.
Did I say that right? Or did I just make that? Wait, that's not how you spell it.
It's shit.
Where the fuck? How do you spell it?
He's good though.
Can somebody tell me how to spell it? Hey, if you're not following this girl, follow her. It's you know Ziegler Monster, right? His girlfriend or wife, whoever she is, I think Dr. Ziegler Monster is what she goes by. Amanda Ziegler is fucking a genius. If you have questions about food, nutrition, whatever, she is extremely intelligent when it comes to all this kind of stuff. So I'm just giving her a shout out because I follow her. I think she's super fucking smart. Anyway, what is Monagate? How do you spell Monagate?
I'm gonna find him.
M-E-N.
Oh, there it is. M-E-N-E-G.
M-E-N-E-G.
Monagate. There he is. Okay,
this
guy.
guy's physique.
I love this guy's physique too.
Oh, yeah.
I actually thought he beat the first show he did where he took second. I thought he won.
He was so dark in that when he won. Holy shit.
Yeah, that's super dark tan, eh? But I think
that was the other show that he won. He won the week before in Texas, right?
I love this guy's physique.
And it was like his 4th ever show.
Yeah. Yeah. He's good. He's very good.
Good call. I'm putting him in it.
Yeah. And I got
put him, add him to the list. You got to put him in.
Mm-hmm. I really liked his look. I liked his look that first show when he wasn't so dark, but he was great physique.
A little thin.
Texas, I think Texas is the one.
He's still a little thin through the chest. Look at the lats when he opens up, though. Holy fuck.
Did you know this is like his 4th ever show? Oh, sorry, this is his 5th.
How old is he? Do you know?
He's young. He's like 24, 25.
Good for him, man. He's got a great physique. Jesus. Look at this fucking vacuum.
Yeah, he's got a future for sure.
Holy shit. When I see this, I'm like, where are your fucking organs?
Up in his chest.
I'm like, what the fuck?
Well, yeah, go look at Texas. That's the show he won. That's his pro debut.
Yeah, he's great.
Oh, he did win Texas, huh?
Yeah.
I thought he was
second. Because Gabrielle got second to him. Okay. Gabrielle got second to Justin the week before and then turned up and I was like, oh, for sure he's going to win. And I was talking to Fabricio backstage. He was like, I've got another guy, watch. And he had 1 and 2 and this guy turned up and beat him.
Okay. And
Gabrielle got second in both.
He won another one right after that, right?
Yeah, down in Brazil he won again, yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, he's good. Okay, so let's go back to here. He's not in here. Monagate.
I'm putting him in.
No, I don't want to add player. How do I add an athlete? Let's go back to add.
Yep.
Monagate.
M-E-N-E-G.
Add.
I feel like you should add Justin into this too.
Justin who? Oh, but I don't know how to say his last name. Justin
Badurina.
Justin Bud.
I've seen him recently, and he's actually improved since Tampa because he won Tampa and he beat Gabrielle in Tampa.
Yeah, he had a great look.
Okay. I love this fucking thing, by the way. It's going to be awesome, too, when we go to calculate results. I think you don't have to do any shit. You just go to results, and then you go generate, and it puts everybody in. And
This
gives
is
you,
this is like March Madness for
Yeah.
meathead.
Yeah. Brett, you know what I want to create? This is only the first step. I'm trying to create a fantasy football like
Yeah,
thing for
we're
bodybuilding.
doing it right now. Let's
So
do it.
basically what I have in my mind is like at the beginning of the season, you get X amount of dollars or points, whatever you want to call them, and you're allowed to pick from the top 20 from the previous year.
Mhm.
And
One has costs more.
yeah,
Better
and they go through the year, right? So if you pick a guy that does like 5 shows, even though he's not Mr. Olympia, you might get more points at the end of the season because that guy did 5 fucking shows, and
I'm picking Samson.
Yeah, exactly right.
So Dexter Jackson is the GOAT
Yeah.
fantasy bodybuilder of all time.
I got a lot of ideas for this. I'm working with a really good software guy.
It's awesome. I love it.
Do you think Samson will try to hunt down one of those most shows done?
Dude, I think Samson is going to do the Arnold. Listen to this. Let's say, just think of this hypothetical.
Wait, hang on. Pittsburgh as well is now on the docket,
I know that.
Right?
So hear me out, right? The Arnold is 500K. So if Derek and Hottie don't do it, which I'm pretty sure they're gonna because it's 500K, but Samson wants to do the Arnold. Then I think he wants to do Detroit. Not that that's a big money show, but he wants to go on. So he's probably going to do the Arnold UK as well. So that's like a $700,000 fucking month if he wins all of them. And then Pittsburgh, which kudos to the Mr. Olympic, kudos to the IFBB.
Yeah,
and
let's
NPC.
talk about that quick.
Yeah, because before we go back to predictions, kudos to those guys because people have been talking about the IFBB stepping up for decades, and now they have, and they basically added, for those of you who don't know, they've added a pro show.
Expo.
They've added an expo, and they added open men's bodybuilding to the Pittsburgh Pro, and the prize money is 200 grand just for the open bodybuilding. So the winner is $100,000 for the Pittsburgh Pro now, which is fucking amazing to see. Can you like think about like when I started, there was the Arnold and the Olympia were doing like 100 or 150 grand. Now there's like 4 shows that are over 100 grand, and then the Olympia and the Arnold, Dubai, Pittsburgh Pro are both over 100 grand. I think Dubai said they wanted to do 200 grand for first this year. And then you have the Olympia and the Arnold.
Wait, I've heard FIBO. This is just rumor. I haven't announced it. FIBO's a 6-figure first place paycheck too.
Yeah, I'm like, fuck, man. I thought we were doing good at the Detroit with 30. I'm like, we're fucking way behind now.
What's crazy though is we had that time the last, before probably a year or two ago, there was a 10-year time there that nothing changed though. It was always just 10,000, then Arnold Olympia.
Right.
And then all of a sudden now it's like we opened the floodgates, which is absolutely awesome to see, right? But
yeah.
It's just like it's crazy how we were sitting there like, when's this ever gonna change? And it's like now we're going up. We went from like 10 to 15 to 100,000.
Yeah.
It's like
I feel like we skipped the 50, 60,000.
I know. That's
where come from. I thought we were doing something good at 30. I'm like, okay, we're moving up. Like now we're fucking way behind again. They're like, fuck.
We're blaming it on the inflation that Kamala and no, just kidding.
That's a can of worms, Brett.
I think honestly, and I have to give a lot of credit to some of the other. Look, I want to give credit to the IFBB and the NPC for sure, but I don't think we can do this without giving credit to the companies because
like
Brett, the way you're talking about it, I think for a long time companies stopped investing money into bodybuilding. And so promoters were stuck trying to pay out all this prize money on their own with ticket sales and registrations. I think what's happened in the last couple of years that I've noticed anyway, maybe I wasn't paying enough attention, but what I've noticed in the last couple of years is companies like Panada, companies like Mitt 45, companies like Wolfpack Bags, and I'm probably missing a whole bunch, but a lot of these companies now are sponsoring like the whole year.
Yep.
They'll go to the IFBB or the NPC and they'll say, look, we're going to give you $1 million, spread it out, whatever, give everybody 10, 20 grand, whatever it is. And I think that's why we're able to see these. I think companies are stepping up and going, look, and for people watching, the fans of bodybuilding, like those are the companies that you should be investing your money with because they're putting their money back into the sport to help give the athletes money and make the shows better for you guys. So I think it's an amazing thing that these other owners of other companies are finally doing now to like step up and give back to the shows. So anyway, just a small rant. But yeah, so talking about the Pittsburgh Pro, does that mean the guys from the Arnold?
We'll do that.
What happened to
Oh,
my?
I don't know. It's a May show, right? So they've got to hold it together for another 8-7 weeks.
But then
That's
there's
what I
New
was
York as well. So they'll do New York and then boom, boom, boom.
So they're gonna go Arnold, Detroit, take a break.
New York.
Bevo's in the middle of April. I hear that's got an open show, right?
Yeah, I mean, somebody could do
If they
like
stay healthy.
if
But
somebody
see,
could,
this is the other flip side of it, right? You start putting all this money up for first place, and it's 100 grand, 100 grand, 100 grand. These guys now stop taking breaks.
no, I don't think people are fucking greedy. Like if Samson, listen, I think when people are tired, they're tired because no bodybuilder wants to go on stage less than their best. So I think if Samson, I'm just taking Samson because I know him, but for example, like if Samson does the Olympia, then he does the Arnold, then he does the Arnold UK, then he does Detroit. I can't imagine he's going to keep going after that. Like you have to take a break at some
You're
point.
gonna be a bit fucking exhausted, aren't you?
Yeah, like I think
Let's just be real.
and I mean, Ben, it is a risk, but I think if everybody, I think if there's $100,000 show or more every quarter,
Few people get to win that.
then they don't have to.
Right.
They don't have to do all of them. They can be like, I'm picking that one.
Imagine if every pro show was 100 grand for first place in the Open.
You know, if the
That's
companies,
got to be the dream, right? That's got to be
I
the
think-
goal.
I think if companies keep stepping up and they see a return on their investment, that's not an impossibility. I think it just has to.
Thing is like chicken and egg, right? Because if they start doing that, the sport is going to grow, and then there's going to be more money to go around on the back end. But
Yeah, but I think
going to
it's
take that.
I think it becomes partially part of the athlete's job to let people know that that's why things are getting better, so that people know where to spend their money, right? Like if you're buying equipment and you're like, you know what, maybe I'll buy Panada instead of buying some other brand because I know Panada puts their money back into bodybuilding.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like, I think.
I mean, that's the trade-off, right? The product has to be good enough to warrant it, right?
Yeah, you're not going to buy. Yeah, you're not going to buy shit, but like Panada's a good brand. So like, you have to think to yourself, okay, as a fan of the sport, if I want to see these guys make good money and see the sport grow, I'm going to invest my money back into the companies that are putting their money into bodybuilding.
I feel NewTek's doing a really good job of that too right now.
Yeah,
NewTek's
like
that actually made me kind of turn on and do tech. And honestly, now we have a really good gym obviously out here, but I use a shit ton of NewTek and I really like it. And like at first, I was like, I don't want that, that brand, what it's not side bags or Prime old school. But now that we've been seeing them more at shows and then actually started trying using it, I really like the tech equipment.
Well, it's like also like a company like Celsius. Like Celsius is not really a bodybuilding brand, but they invest a lot of money in bodybuilding.
That's right.
So, I mean, I don't know. Good kudos to those people who are out there fucking trying to help make it big. Going back to this, before we go, got a few minutes left. We'll do some classic predictions. Does anybody want to go next? Ben, Brett?
I can go. Let's go. We're going Chris. I'm having Ramon come. Ramon's coming back to second. He's actually prepping longer than 6 weeks this time. He's gonna come back and do very well here. He's gonna look good. I still don't have anybody to throw in Chris, especially this year. I mean, I'm also around Chris a lot and I see him, so that helps a little bit. But he's a champion and he's holding to that. So Chris, Ramon, I got Urs coming back over Wesley. I really do. I think it's gonna come back for him. So Urs third. I got Wesley in fourth. I got Breon in fifth because he's Mr. Consistent always.
Yeah.
And then this is when it get a little more tricky. I got Mike Summerfield in sixth. He's looking good, and he's worked his way up there.
Yeah, definitely.
And then honestly, man, I'm gonna put that Jose in seventh.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put that Jahan Park guy we were looking at in eighth.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put them Minigate, or what was his name?
Menegate. I totally just made that up, but we'll go with it.
We're going with Menegate. And then 10th, I will go Justin. I really like Justin. I think he's really kind of moving up the ranks now.
Oh, Justin's wait, I love Justin's physique, man.
Where do you want to change one of the Asian guys?
Sorry. Yeah,
Chen Kang. I still don't know who Chen Kang is.
knock
Make
them
that
down.
fucking up.
Knock. No, Justin goes 9, and then Jay goes 10. I love Justin's physique. I was speaking to Justin a bit before his show, and I said you're going to fucking blow up. I think the next couple of years, he's the guy to watch out for.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he's
Ben?
a lot of potential. Chris, Wesley, Dino, kind of want to put a dark horse in here. Go back to just show me James and Brett's list so everyone's kind of
This
pass
is
through
the
it that way.
this is the list.
Mike Summerfield, then Urs, then Brion.
Where the fuck did Urs go? Oh, there he is. Urs. Brion.
I'm gonna throw Grego in 7th.
The giant.
Oh no, sorry. Jose, then Grego. And then give me Justin and Park.
Justin and Park.
I'm disappointed with your lack of Asian belief.
Yeah.
I expect at least 5.
No, because he
Asian
didn't have
people in
that.
the top 10.
If he'd had that frame back in, I'd have put him in, but he didn't.
Wesley, Ramon, Urs, Jose,
I forgot Managatti. Shit.
Summerfield,
Like Menegate.
Brian, Managate, Justin.
Grego.
Oh,
Grego?
shit. Grego. Justin.
Racist. There's no Asians. Look at that.
There's no
Racist motherfucker.
there's no Asians. There's no Asians on my list. Okay. All right. That's it. Okay, we're gonna take a couple questions before we go. Anybody have any questions for the chat? James, are you drinking tea?
It's actually a coffee, mate.
Oh,
Tea.
coffee. I'm
Really
all out of
nice.
I'm
This is
all
a
out
new
of
mug, actually. We've got a couple of these over there.
What time is it?
It is 12:50. What time do you got to train at?
No. I mean, no. What time is it for you, James?
Oh, nearly 6 p.m.
6 p.m. Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's all right. Just we can still get a cheeky coffee in before 7.
Yeah. This is the cutoff.
Yeah.
Hey, is that Paul Lozon's? Paul Lozon's in the chat.
I didn't know you have to use the
Yes.
chat.
I didn't know how you
you.
I didn't know. Paul, do you know how to use the chat? What the fuck?
Says, let me.
Who's surfing the chat right now? He's gliding through.
One
Easy.
second.
Hey, I need to
Imposter.
talk to
That's not-
Paul.
that's
I need to talk to Paul. I heard he didn't have me winning last weekend.
Oh no, he didn't.
Bring him
That's
in.
right. That's right.
Oh,
Paul, I'm
who
gonna,
did he have winning?
Paul, I'm gonna send you a link.
Who did Paul have winning?
Get your bald ass in here.
Bruno.
What did he say? What was his excuse? What was his excuse, Brett?
He just didn't think Brett was good enough.
Just said I suck.
Oh,
Prefers him as a
ain't got the
person.
minerals. That's just something I'd say.
I do want to ask you.
Brett doesn't-
I do want to
Soft
ask you a
touch.
question though, Brett, on a more serious note. Some people said, and I noticed it myself, so I'm not going to say it's just other people. You looked much bigger in your like 2 weeks out picks. Did you and Matt err on the side of caution to get extra like detailed, or what? Did you notice that at all? Like, did you feel like you lost more
No,
weight?
I probably lost 8 pounds in the last couple of days. And
Yeah.
it's hard to explain to people because they don't understand, but I'm a very unique person when it comes to peaking. My metabolism goes absolutely nuts the last few days.
Yeah.
So it's just a balance of we have to eat so much food, so many fats, so many carbs just to hold that fullness look.
Right.
And I don't think we were keeping up with it, but the thing is we were okay with it a little bit because with the lineup, I knew like with the sharpness we were displaying, like if we focused on that, or if we focused on that we would win. That's our best chance.
Yeah.
Right.
And
It's still something we need to navigate. Like, I mean, 2 days out, I was like 253.
Right.
And then I was like 245, 246 on stage. And that wasn't just water. We started dropping water on Wednesday.
Right.
So it's like I just turned into an absolute furnace of
But I'm not like I don't want you to take it the wrong way. I'm not trying
No,
to
no,
like.
no. I
I
know
just think
too. It's something we
I
need to. Maybe it's taking out HGH, a little too early as well. With the fullness and things. So it's something I'm really. Yeah, we really noted this time because for Olympia next week, I want to get that little bit fuller look because I know I can kitchen, but now it's just about combining the two.
Also, as well, isn't it, Brett? Like some people just don't realize how big someone like Bruno actually is as well. Like,
Yeah, right. And you got to think
Bruno's a tank,
very,
but
very
next to
long.
most people, he looks huge.
But I'll say this: I think you and Hunter have a similar thing. Like when it comes to a peak, if I start feeding him and carving him up, and then he starts racing, and then again, if you pull too many things to, then you'll lose that pop and that fullness. But you're also trying to manage the water balance and the dryness. It gets tricky because then you're trying to chase that much food. But obviously, that much food, you then trying to battle the water, and it's a tricky balance.
Also, though, doesn't it just show that, like, the quality over quantity every day? Like, that's what Brett brought to the show, was the quality that couldn't be denied.
right.
Like, you can be bigger, yeah, but like your best look is conditioned and rock and full. I still think you were pretty full. I just think, like I said, I just think you got tall guys like Bruno, though, just a big chap who stand next to you, and they're obviously just big people. It's like Presty. Presty's like this fucking wide in real life. Like,
yeah, I know, dude. I met him at the Arnold once.
It's like it looks
I'm
like
like,
that.
We were walking,
like,
we were
what
walking down the street, and his
yeah.
fucking clavicles are like here.
Yeah,
He's a
I'm
big
like,
person.
what the fuck?
Shake your hand like that.
Wait, is that fake Paul or real Paul? What the
There's
fuck?
a real, there is a real Paul in there. There's a fake and a real.
It said I'm fake Paul.
Oh, I feel like there is a fake. I thought there's two Paul Luzons. Yeah, no, I don't know.
Well, I sent Paul a link. I don't know where the fuck he is.
Maybe it's.
Anyways,
He got scared of Brett. He got scared of Brett. He didn't want to make face.
Yeah,
he
once Brett said I gotta give him shit. He's like, I'm not coming. I'm not coming for
Well,
you.
yeah, he said I'm faithful after Brett called him out. So,
why is Ben criticizing Brendao so harshly about not coming 100% when he's consistently not able to peak Hunter? Correct? Oh, Jesus Christ!
Trying it, Ben. You know what this world's like. Troll mentality. They're coming for you, Ben.
I wonder where this person's from.
Yeah, I know. Right?
But what you said is, we've all said it. I said the same about Raf. If Raf was 100%, he'd be placing a lot even higher at the Olympia than he is. So
yeah,
same with a lot of people.
Let me get this. See if there's a couple questions in here. How would the muscle react if you drop water and raise salt and electrolytes? I think that's for you, Brett.
Oh, I mean, we were doing that. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Obviously navigating that.
Can I ask you something? Do you guys do a lot of fats in your carb load or no?
You do, didn't you?
I have to.
It still doesn't slow you down.
No, I mean, if you guys want to look, you can look at I did a YouTube show or video each day, and it kind of shows you the loading process. But I was doing 45 grams of nut butter plus
every time, yeah.
with beef, with oil, like so it's
really.
It turns into like, that's why after the show I didn't even eat. Everyone's like, "What do you eat?" I go, "No, I went to dinner. I drank water, and I just felt myself start expanding because of all the calories was in there." So it's just a process that we just have to continue to figure out, is holding that fullness at the end, because when it goes, it goes. So maybe getting to that point, maybe dropping water a little bit earlier, maybe so it's something we'll navigate.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you. When did you guys cut water?
Started on Wednesday. Like I went from like 7 to like 4 to
just adding, yeah.
Yeah, just gradually. And we did good on the water. Like I said, that was the driest for the night show. So we needed to probably start a little bit earlier and, just to hit the pre-judging. But that was the first time that I was really spot on with the water, but we still keep sodium in high. Fats are high, carbs are high. So.
Okay. I don't think that's Paul, because Paul is traveling. That's not really Paul.
Mate, the internet is a fucked place.
No, because I think Paul's traveling today.
Fucked.
He's traveling today and he's not answering the phone. So I'm almost positive that's not Paul.
They've made it, and they even have a picture of him. It's impressive.
Well, on this subject, just before we wrap up, I had this happen today. Yeah, I posted a TikTok account that isn't my own, that's using my name and selling painkillers and anabolics.
Oh, I saw that. Let me show
it.
Okay.
They've removed it.
Yeah, you never sent my stuff.
I know. Instagram's removed. No, wait. The whole point is Instagram's removed it.
Oh, they already removed it. Okay.
They've removed my post.
Why?
Because it's against community guidelines, because I'm showing sensitive information of someone else.
Oh my God.
Fuck off, you CUMT. That person is trying to use my fucking face and sell stuff to non-knowing people and make money out of them, scamming them. I've put this picture up that's got an American number on it, which I'm clearly not because I'm from England.
Right.
And Instagram has gone out of their way to block my post saying I've gone against community guidelines. You know,
That's so
Instagram, you can
crazy.
fucking
You know
stick one
what?
up
You
your
know what
arsehole.
though? You know what though, James? This is, can I tell you what somebody did one time? They were making vials of test and they were putting hostile logos on them.
Oh,
Yeah.
Hostile testosterone on the internet. Come on, lad.
I don't think anybody I don't think anybody that follows you like believes that shit. So I wouldn't worry about it.
The problem is you'll be surprised how many monks there are. Ben will tell you. There's a lot of
no,
people
I
out there
know.
that are fucking that stupid that are like, yeah, this is it. And it's like, oh my God.
no,
even,
yeah, very. I've had people hit me up on like, hey, I saw on Facebook, you sold me some stuff on Facebook. I never received it. I'm like, what the fuck are you thinking? Like, it's
this guy wrote this
I
guy
don't
wrote
even know, how do I handle this?
It's not like any of us haven't put ourselves out there enough or done content enough to show our personality types and what we get up to. So if there's something that is completely alien and doesn't look like it's from us, it's not. So I just want to put it out there. I do not sell painkillers, all right?
This guy says
That's Ben. Ben sells painkillers.
If you buy from fake James, use code Ian.
It's Ian all along.
All right. All right. I guess we're gonna wrap it here. Guys, thank you very much. Brett, it's good to see you again. It's good to shoot the shit. I'll see you next week at the Olympia. You too, Ben.
Good to see you, Brett.
Ben, when you pack your stuff, can you pack some nice clothes in case you got to come to a meeting with me?
Some extra Viagra's.
Not Viagra's. I don't want to deal with that. Can you
headache.
pack a nice shirt and pants just in case?
Yeah, we've got to impress them. Impress some
we
girls.
may have to
Some
impress
gal
them.
them.
Yeah, I mean, we have some really big things coming up.
So it's talking about a low cut like this, like just like
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a V-neck.
Your chest hanging out.
He's getting
A little swindle of chest hair.
Okay.
As much
Seal the deal.
Yeah, as much tattoo showing as possible. That's what.
Oh, wait. Can I just say something? Can I just say one thing before we go? Just really last one thing.
Yeah, you can say whatever you want, man.
AJ Kelly put a post up saying something big's happening. Something's going to upset people about someone at the Olympia. Basically, someone's not doing it, apparently. Someone who's in isn't doing it, who's a big name player.
Oh, we know some things, but we're not going to.
I think I know. But all right, I'll just
Say
start.
What do you know? What do you know?
What do you know? Well, I don't know at all.
What have you
there's
heard?
people
What have you
I
heard?
know. I haven't heard shit really, to be honest. I'm lying. I'm just trying to squeeze it out of you.
I know someone. I know someone knows.
There's people that know, and I want to know what they know. All right. So I'll be on the mess. I'll be calling you in a little bit.
it's gonna be an interesting week, that's for sure.
Okay, let's
we'll leave it there.
just stay here, stay on the chat for a sec. Okay, everybody watching, thank you for the support, and we will